Tonight on 8.5-bit, loot boxes are over. Battle Chef Brigade and Skyrim again for like the 70th time.
And Pokemon.
For the...
Just talk.
Oh, did.
For what?
For like the 70th time.
Well, it's a slightly different Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Poor Pokemon.
God damn it. Just shut up. Welcome, friends of all designs, to episode 230 of 8.5-bit, which I'm sure is going to be the most combative episode of them all, because just going to fight you guys all night long.
Yay.
I'm your host,
Pokemon.
Paul, and joining me today, fucking Pokemon. It's done already. New Pokemon. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, done already.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
It's fine. Did you like the last one? Because it's exactly the same. There, review done. Finished. Okay.
You're a jerk.
That was your complaint before the show.
I know, but it wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna give it. Oh.
You're just not strong enough to just totally turn your back on Pokemon, hey?
No.
Okay. Anyway, to
no
continue with the
amiibos.
intros, we're getting back to that. My
Yes.
good friends James,
Hello.
and also Amy's here.
Oh.
Goes
Hi.
Opinions on Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, when Sun and Moon comes out on Switch, are you going to buy Sun and Moon again for the third time?
This time she's got a new hat.
If you
Maybe.
do, it'll be the exact number of times I've bought Skyrim.
True.
So you'll be as bad as me.
I bought Skyrim twice.
You need three times now.
You're silly. Why? I don't know. It
Why? What?
needs mods.
What needs mods?
Skyrim.
I guess.
Probably
Pokemon too.
I've had many years to enjoy Skyrim mods. Apart from the ones which make it prettier.
Yes.
Don't care. Like
I do.
I have never got into the hats on crabs. Go play your thing. Yeah, I just never really. So yeah, Paul checked out. How you going, buddy?
Oh, are we doing a show now?
Yeah.
We're doing the Pokemon
The
Skyrim
Pokemon
show.
Skyrim show.
I'm just gonna play some original fun game here, and you guys
Tell
can
me
just...
about this game.
Yeah,
Paul.
no, we
Haven't even started talking yet. We don't
Yeah.
just jump into talking about explaining games and stuff.
But what do we do?
We do. Haven't you ever listened to the show?
No.
Well, that sounds
Actually,
a
I
serious character flaw.
I used to listen to it.
Oh, good. Need to get used to the sound of your own voice.
I have.
Ah, good. Should really study more recipes tonight. That's what's going on. Okay, this is even more confusing to people that don't watch the video, which is most people.
Yeah, which
that do
is
the
me.
show.
Yeah, they have no idea what's going
really
on.
pointless talking about video
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, what are we doing? Whatever shows. What a week.
Yeah.
What are 2 weeks actually?
Yeah, it's been a couple
we-
of weeks.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing the fortnightly now. My band's back.
Oh, how'd your band go?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
I have my fancy new guitar, which again, this is just for video.
Yeah. But I'll describe
Version.
It's a license plate, which is also a guitar.
It's a cigar box guitar.
It's pretty
With
cool.
a Northern Territory license plate as the front plate.
Yep.
I put some incredibly heavy duty strings on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I went to play it, it broke the machine head. Well, that one. Thankfully, it could be fixed with a screwdriver.
Nice.
But I was
Hooray.
very sad that first rehearsal because I couldn't
Yeah.
play my stupid new instrument.
Aw.
I had to play my incredibly expensive guitar instead of my cheap piece of shit cigar box guitar.
So are you going to share any of this stuff or any of your band stuff?
No, you guys don't deserve it.
Aw.
It's just for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. We're like retooling the band.
Yeah.
It's like it's not the old band, even though it's the same members.
Okay. You going for a different sound this time?
That's why I bought the stupid cigar box guitar. We're gonna play heavy grunge with a folk instrument. That is where I'm going.
It's going to be your stick.
That's my shtick. Yeah. Goodness gracious me.
Cool. I saw Murder on the Orient Express.
Yes, I hear that's a movie.
For the first time. I have managed to avoid any spoilers of what happens in that movie. Because I think this is like the third or fourth version of it. I don't know. It's been a few.
Yeah, I haven't
Wouldn't
seen
it
it.
have been better if the inspector was Johnny Depp?
No.
But he has such a good French accent. Haven't you seen Tusk?
No, I haven't seen Tusk.
you've
Tusk
missed out.
actually kind of terrifies me.
Why?
Body horror. I don't do well with body
I
horror.
think we used to watch that. We watched the actual shit that movie is half-assed playing
I know.
off when we were younger.
But it doesn't... something about modifying body into a walrus. Just
Yeah, but you need the 20-minute improv Johnny Depp scene with him doing a bad French accent for no reason.
wasn't it because Kevin Smith was high? Isn't that the reason?
I wish. I think this reality just comes out. He's a terrible filmmaker and he makes bad choices. Anyway,
yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
It was good. It wasn't too long. Like it was, I think it was under 2 hours.
That's a rare treat these days.
Which was good.
I was going to see Justice League on Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like seeing the DC trash. It makes me feel better about myself. But we were going to see a 9:30, 9:40 session. And then I realized it's a 3-hour-long movie. And I need to work. I get up at 4:30ish most of the time. Like, I will get home and have to get up. No.
So one of the things with the cinema went out to see Orient Express is it is now fully licensed.
Oh yes.
So if you would like, I'll get a bit closer. If you would like to go get drunk while watching it, which I thought was your plan, you can do that now. You can just go.
What's this?
A lot of cinemas are licensed these days.
Yeah, I haven't
Just
been.
not the Birches.
The last time I drank in a cinema, I had to sneak it in.
Oh.
And that was to 300. It seemed like an appropriate movie
you
to
can
drink
go
at.
New Farm Cinemas, you can go Denby Cinemas, you can go the Bell. I think. Oh no, not Balmoral. The Blue Room.
Yeah.
Like I think the new Readings, it's going to open up soon. You can probably more cinemas than not.
They're not
you can
do it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, you need that. You need that
get
buzz.
through. No, I think
actually you can even just drink at the mainstream Birches as well.
Okay.
If you're in gold class.
Yeah.
Tell them to bring me a G&T every
And they'll
time the
bring it
movie
out.
gets boring.
So a few.
I think the last thing I saw there was Gravity, which was pretty good.
Gravity was good, yeah.
I like Gravity.
So I think with Justice League, though, I'm just going to do my Netflix thing, where I just wait for it to come on Netflix and then watch it over about a week.
No. You need one drunken night with friends. It's amazing.
Well, I'll do that too.
You got to do the extended cut, which will be 4 hours long. It will be amazing.
Have you been getting any impressions? I haven't been really paying
The
attention.
only thing that I've been talking about, and this is I've not watched it, so this is pretty spoiler free.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult to spoil.
So very slight spoilers for Henry Cavill's mustache. So the original comments were people that did not realize that they CGI'd out his mustache for pretty much every single shot he's in.
Oh, yeah.
So they're wondering what was wrong with Superman's lip. So
Wow.
because apparently like almost everything that he's in they had to reshoot.
Really?
And that was when because he has a mustache
Yeah,
for
and
Mission
that
Impossible.
yeah.
So they CGI'd out his mustache.
Nice.
Which is just amazing. Just give him a fucking mustache. Just
I
say
need to
Superman's
see
got it.
this.
Well, that would be a gritty new
Yeah.
take, wouldn't it?
But Superman can't grow facial hair? Of course he can.
Yeah. So Kryptonite disposable blade from Dollar Shave Club. Proud sponsors
Yeah.
of the show. No, they're not.
But they could.
No.
They should.
We're not appropriate for sponsors.
Oh.
No. Maybe artisanal lubricants. Brought to you by 8.5.
What about that nerdy sex toys?
Geeky sex toys.
I
Yeah.
want to know what an artistic... You mean artisanal as in artistic? Like
Artisanal, as in
like
something different.
yeah, artisanal
Small batches.
artisans, yeah, small
Oh,
batch
okay, yeah,
handmade
like
crafters,
kind of like the craft beer of lubricant.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 I don't know how that would work.
It's just pure whale.
Sperm whale.
yeah.
With a hint of rose.
Yeah. It's
Lavender.
And sage.
ambergris. Yeah. It's a Moby Dick for your pleasure. Don't have to go anywhere else with that. That does
That's
itself.
it, we're done.
That just writes itself.
Amy, how about you? What's going on?
Last week I didn't have a voice. I played lots of Pokemon. That's basically it. Yeah.
Good story. We also saw Thor.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That
I
was
wasn't
Haven't
invited.
seen it? Yeah.
That was a movie that existed.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's
I
all right.
enjoyed the soundtrack.
looks
I've
alright.
gone back and listened to it a few times. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was... I still would like it to be less Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you get about 60% of it is really not that Marvel-y, and then the rest of it is. It's like two movies that are going to mush together.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like why I like the first one. It was not really Marvel. Like,
First Thor.
yeah, there was no action. What's his name? American Man.
Captain America.
Yes.
He's not in
Yeah.
any of the Thor movies.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not.
No, this is pretty disconnected from what's going on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't like.
This is all Jeff Goldblum on a trash planet.
Yeah. It's almost a little bit Guardians of the Galaxy where it's sort of happening.
Nice.
Pretty
That's,
tangential
to
that's what I
everything
want.
else.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like Captain America.
Yeah, this isn't the movie podcast. This is
The video game podcast.
Our podcast is named after a movie.
Yeah.
Of which have either of you watched it yet?
Nope.
Great. We'll keep it that way forever.
One
Good
day.
stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so let's talk about some video games.
Yes.
Pokemon.
Okay, you want to talk about
let's
freaking
start
Pokemon?
with
Go.
Pokemon.
Tell us about it.
So, can you tell me...
I'll just get these controls ready. So just tell me.
So tell me what you originally thought it was, and then what it actually ended up being.
So, I was originally expecting it to be like Black and White 2, where it was basically a big sequel to the original events in Black and White. I was a bit disappointed that it was basically what Platinum was to Pearl and Diamond, which it was just basically the same with a little bit extra.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a bit confused by those incremental re-releases. Because
Yeah.
they seem to do them pretty regularly. And
But they haven't actually done it since Diamond and Pearl, which, I don't know, that I used to pirate my games. So I never had to buy it.
Piece
So
of shit.
it's not my fault. My parents just wouldn't buy me games.
That sounds like excuses.
see, like, I may get the Switch version when it
Yeah.
comes out. Maybe depending on...
It's going to be a new one because apparently, like the word on the street basically is they've just given this to all their juniors and all the big names. I don't know them. Are working on the Switch version.
Kind of the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the Switch game when it comes out. It's just this
Because that's what's
was
going to be
just-
like
yeah.
Star and...
Apparently, it's Pokemon Stars. Is
Yeah.
what it's codenamed, but
Yeah.
Who knows? I also cannot play this while
Yeah.
while
No.
Amy's in the middle of screen.
yeah,
I cannot see the
Yeah.
puzzle grid.
But yeah,
It will be
it's-
impossible for me to do anything.
it's all right.
Yeah.
It's
So is
Sun
it-
and Moon all over again
Yeah,
with
I mean,
a couple of extra.
Is there really
Story things.
much reason if you've already got the original to get it?
Not really.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it should have been DLC. Like,
But they can't sell that again for $70.
They cancel it
No.
twice again for $70.
No.
It's true.
but yeah, that's what was. The internet was getting a bit upset because
Yeah.
it was 2 more versions, not just
It wasn't just, yeah.
Pokemon Eclipse, for example.
They were very upset, and then they bought both because
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's one
I
new
bought
Pokemon.
I bought Sam a copy of Pokemon Ultra Sun, and I bought it from the Big W, and it didn't have a cartridge in it.
Nice.
I
Nice.
went back the next day, on Monday, and the guy remembered me, so
Yeah.
it was fine. So
So did you get Moon or
I
something?
got Moon.
Because I originally got Moon when I got Pokemon the first time.
Yeah.
But I really didn't like the flick of
No.
day-night. Because I most of the time played during the day.
Yeah.
And I actually don't really want to play it at night. 'cause
I
it's darker
usually
and-
do play it at night.
Yeah.
So.
So I flipped the time on my 3DS to try and compensate for it.
Yeah.
But then I decided, screw it, I'll just go back. And, yeah.
There's a special Pokemon that evolves at a specific time of the day, so 5 p.m. in Sun, but I've got to wake up at 5:30.
Oh,
5
no.
in the morning to evolve it to the specific form that I want. So I'm not looking forward to that. I guess I'll do it before work. Wake up a few minutes earlier.
Paul, how you going? Playing your...
I also can't play party golf properly.
It's a
Can't see
problem
where the
having
hole
someone
is.
that's in front of the TV.
This is madness.
Yeah.
Damn it! I shouldn't. I'll have to move the table back next time so I can properly
Do you
ignore
just want us to
Pokemon
go?
discussion.
Like,
Yeah.
If you guys could just leave and I'll play some video games, that would be great.
I'll just lean back and play Pokemon.
I
I don't know. I'm annoyed at it, but I'm fine with it. It's
so you're...
It's just more of
It's
exactly the
abuse.
same.
Yeah.
It's abuse. I don't know. I was going to buy myself a new 3DS just because this original is a bit small now.
I think it's the perfect size. The XL is too big, especially for
I
your
got
tiny
turned around on
hands.
that.
I mean the new 3DS, just the regular 3DS is a lot nicer. Like in size, slightly bigger.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll let the puppies in.
do we want to get do you want to get the other like real and nothing game out of the way?
Oh, you're going to talk about... Like, I'll talk a little bit of Skyrim. You were talking about Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
I honestly don't have too much to say about it, so don't worry, buddy.
That's all right.
I'll keep it short.
See if
So
it's a party golf
I'm heading off...
Oh, Amy, we could play 2-player.
Ah, you motherfucker.
I got to get back to the main menu.
Yeah.
Just don't look, James.
No, I'm going
You
to stare right at you while I do this.
Yeah. Okay, that's all
Yeah.
right. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm heading off on holidays, and I thought that a kind of portable Skyrim could be could be a kind of good chill out thing to play while on holidays. Because for me, Skyrim's always been... Actually, last time I played Skyrim was when I was on holidays.
Yeah.
I just took my laptop and I was just there just kind of playing with it. So yeah, I decided to pick it up. It does exactly what it says on the box.
Yep. It just doesn't have mud crabs with top hats and
which I was saying
monocles.
before, I don't really care.
I care.
I know a lot of people. Yeah, I know a lot of people do, but I'm actually not in that demographic whatsoever.
That's fine.
Like I'm there. Like for me, adding those kind of ruins it. Like I'm just kind of want to walk around a fantasy world, and top hats ruin that. So I'm cool.
That's fine.
I'm cool to leave it. All the DLC's there, so I know there's a lot of content. I gave the Waggle a bit of a go.
So what's the bagel?
So it's with melee weapons. It's basically hard and light hit, depending on how much you move the controller.
Okay.
Works
So basically like the Wii.
Yeah,
I love motion control chains.
I mean, I gave it a go. I was actually hoping it'd be a bit more like the Skyrim VR, where you have a bit more control over the hand, like with the magic. But it doesn't. It works exactly like a Wii kind of Waggle. But the extra aiming's nice. The bow feels pretty good with the motion controls. It's just kind of like Zelda. You got a bit more precision over it. Apart from that, it's more Skyrim. I played it docked and I played it handheld. I thought it might look a bit shitty running in TV mode.
Well, then again, it doesn't really.
It looks like it's somewhere between...
Damn it, he's figured it out.
No, okay. There's too much lag on the TV to look that way. There's no way I'm playing a twin stick shooter without being able to see the screen. I'll give up on my dreams.
It kind of feels like it's somewhere between like PS3 and PS4 level of graphics. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's Skyrim on a Switch.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games that just make you feel like I'm in the future.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's Skyrim on the toilet.
Yeah.
What more could you
I
want?
think if I ever get the itch, I'll probably end up buying it.
Witcher 3 in the toilet? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Tetris on the toilet.
Never be done.
Just a blank screen on the toilet. That would be a preference.
Doom on the toilet.
Well, that one you can get too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There you go, buddy. I'm done.
No, you're not.
Awesome.
We could still talk about mud crabs.
Okay. There we go.
You can cross it off.
Yes, and Pokemon wasn't even on the list, so I can write
it down just so you can.
Pen, come back.
Just so you can cross it off.
Pokemon.
Tick.
Pokemon.
I feel really
Exploitation
sad that you guys
Edition.
just... It is Exploitation Edition.
Well, I mean, I find it one of those things.
is.
It's like it's only exploitation if you didn't look at what it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
I looked at it. I expected it because it said 10 years later. I expected Pokemon Black and White 2. I got Platinum.
Should have looked closer.
I watched all the trailers and stuff.
Even I knew, and I don't know anything about it.
Yes, Paul. Of course you knew. You know everything.
I see Pokemon news on my feed, and I'm like, doo, 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 skip, skip, skip.
Yes, Paul.
That's not quite true. I mean, I pay attention to what exists.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so
Animal Crossing Pocket
games.
Camp finally released worldwide today.
It did,
Yeah.
and it's still a boring game.
Yeah.
You still play any of it?
Fuck no, I uninstalled that thing.
Yeah,
It can
I haven't
go
loaded
away.
it up. I played it once and now
I
not
played
for
it
me.
more than all of you.
Yeah,
and
probably did actually.
I just explored. I took it to its like, okay, have I seen everything this game has to offer?
Yeah.
Yes, and then I played it for 5 more hours.
Yeah.
because I played it. No, I didn't play that long. I don't know.
It just
No,
felt like 5.
I got all the content in 12 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I played it for a few more hours, and I was like, okay, I'm continuing to see the exact same content.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah. You played it. You gave it a go, unlike Pokemon.
They sent me a questionnaire.
Oh, they did. I saw that.
Yes.
You were selected to be like...
They've selected me to do a couple of questionnaires as well.
Well, pretty much whenever you buy a game, they send you a questionnaire
Only
2 weeks
twice,
later.
actually.
Yeah. And
Really? I've got every game I've ever bought, I get a questionnaire for.
And they say, like, because I had the time estimate of like half an hour.
Uh-huh.
Like, nah, why am I going to give you half an hour of my time, Nintendo?
Really?
I think that's a vast overestimated
Yeah.
time.
They shouldn't have put the estimate on there.
It's like 5 minutes at the very most.
5 minutes, I probably would have done it.
Yeah, they're not that long, man.
They
They
And
just-
even then,
ruined
most
it.
of the questions are superfluous, so they could have got rid of them too. They're really only like 3 questions like this. Like, what did you like? What didn't you like?
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember I wrote a glowing review, I think, for Mario and Rabbids, and I hit submit, and I realized it was for a different game. So, great, lucky them.
I know I wrote some negatives on a game, but I can't remember which one it was.
It's a strong story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
It was a
I gotta
Switch
admit, it didn't end strongly. but I did like the journey on the way.
You're awful.
Okay, so game that I've been playing this week, other than continuing to play Mario Odyssey, which I guess we could mention later, but I don't really know what we're going to mention about it.
Can you at least tell me just how many moons you're up to?
I can tell you exactly how many.
How many moons?
666, because I stopped to take screenshots.
Oh, okay.
Sam actually reached 999.
He's 999, yeah.
Wow.
He finished it up.
Boo, we showed you as well.
And I said, how the fuck do you do 100 jump ropes and 100
So
volleyballs?
all you do, buddy, is you get your 666 and just flip her upside down, and you're there.
And that's there. Yeah. That's why it's the devil's number.
Yeah.
It lets you... It's his trick. The greatest trick the devil ever played was turning 666 upside down to say he completed Mario. You know, I could take a picture of him doing a backflip and then rotate it 180.
I did it.
It's like, look at me. Look at me, I did it. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I have been playing Battle Chef Brigade on the Switch. It's on PC as well.
Is that the cute anime girl one?
It has a cute anime girl in it. So this is what had sort of been pitched as a Iron Chef themed fantasy puzzle gem matching Monster Hunter game.
Okay.
Okay.
You're saying a lot of words that I do like right there.
Yes.
Yeah, you've piqued my interest.
And it's kind of genius. I am really enjoying it so far. So the premise of the story is in this fantasy world. I actually did not pay attention to this part, why there is a Battle Chef Brigade that you want to join. Apparently that's a prestigious thing and everyone wants to be a great chef. And you're a young girl that works in the family restaurant and you run away from home to try and be one of the great battle chefs. So you arrive in this town, you sign up for the great tournament, and it's you going to the tournament. It's very friendly character. It's a very friendly game. Like even when you meet an antagonist character, they're still kind of like, oh, I guess you did pretty good. Here, have this.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's actually still voiced as well. The voice acting is not painful.
Yeah.
But I do find but it's one of those games that they've just polished nicely in that, yes, it's any game that has text I want to be able to skip. And there's no point in this game that I've found that I can't, even in cutscenes, I go, skip. Even found out does sort of, does like the Fallout 4 thing. You're having a conversation with someone, you can just walk away.
Oh, do they react when you do it or just stop it?
It's just like, oh, you're done with this conversation. You don't even have to A through it. You can just keep walking. The game doesn't really care. Cool. So you could just go through and do all the mechanical stuff, or you can explore the town. It's very small, but there's nice stuff there, and every day new stuff comes in. There's new conversations to have. But the actual game part of it, where it balances all these things I threw out that sound like a mishmash into something that's really clever and fun.
See, I got a bit of a sequence feel.
Not
when
really.
You're describing it.
Not really. Because you're thinking about balancing all those things.
Yeah.
But it comes in all choices. So basically, it's like Iron Chef. It's like, welcome to it's literally Kitchen Coliseum.
Yep.
It's like, whose cuisine will reign supreme, whose good...
Whose stuff will be the good stuff.
So you versus another chef. The judge, and it starts with just one judge, but you end up having multiple judges and you'll cook multiple dishes. They'll have a preference of what they like. So it's like, I like foods that have like the fire element in them. So make sure you make it a very fiery one for me. And then they'll say, and the theme ingredient for today's dish is dragon. And it's like, yeah. So you have your cooking station, and there's nothing there except your cooking pans.
Yep.
You run outside, and there's animals. And you have to run around and fight them and farm them. It's side-scrolling combat. It's not
like action.
It's an action combat game. Most of the point that I am, most of the animals are relatively easy to beat, but except for the freaking dragon. It took me a little while to work out the most efficient way of killing, because first time I did it, I spent literally half the time, because they're timed rounds. Just getting the meat to make the dragon part of the dish.
So do you have to go back and finish making it? Oh, okay. So it's one block of time.
It's all at the same time.
Okay.
And your satchel can only hold so many ingredients. And when you kill something, it will pop out one of the many ingredients that it could be holding. So when you walk over them, it's all the systems are really nicely done. It shows you what gems that ingredient is going to be.
Yeah.
So if it's things that you don't really want to put in your meal, don't pick it up. So you end up running out, getting all the ingredients you want, running back. They all go into the pantry immediately. You walk up to the pan that you want to use, and then you start putting ingredients in the pan. Once that's in, you start basically stirring the ingredients, which is a puzzle matching game.
That's just where the gem matching comes in.
Yeah. So there's basically out of the little matrix, you get a 4x4 square, and you can rotate that any direction. So,
like Bejeweled Twist?
A little bit, but you don't have to make a match when you rotate it. You can literally you can just sit there fiddling, moving anything to any part. Really, it's like it just takes time to do, and that's part of the design of it. It's like, okay, you combine gems, they then sort of concentrate. So you want to get like the most concentrated flavors to get the most points. And then you go, okay, well, if I spend time fiddling this to get everything down, I could also be out getting more ingredients, to put more ingredients in there here to get more points that way.
It's sort of, there's time management in there, but it's also...
And risk reward in, like, am I better at hunting or am I better at puzzling? Yeah. You can do multiple dishes. And here's where it gets even more complex and crazy. Your different pans have different properties. So by default, it's not a match game like, okay, you match 3, but if you've got 5 in a row, they'll all match. No. Main pan just matches 3. You get other pans go, oh, this pan matches 2s, but only water 2s. So you have to pick up your dish, throw it in the other pan, light the fire on that one, quickly mix all your 2 waters or whatever to get them up because you can get more concentrated gems by doing them in 2s instead of 3s because you don't need as many. Then take it back off and throw it on the other one so you can mix the other things together. So it becomes this weird, like, running multiple puzzles at once, and then you can be doing multiple dishes as well. Time management whilst out and farming. And like, okay, what it's like, if I go and farm these things, I'll only pick up this ingredient, so I need to kill more of them, or will I go get like a big kill, get something really big in, all with a time limit, and at the end you're just like, it's like, so often it's like literally 3 seconds left and I'm running towards the chef going, serve.
See, I feel like this is a game I would either really love or really hate.
I think you really like it because all these systems are introduced one at a time.
Yeah.
When you're at the town, there's a puzzle, like there's 3 shops that you work at. One of them is puzzles.
Yeah.
So totally time limit free, just working out how to combine gems. One of them's learning how to hunt, use different fighting moves. And one of them is time, like trying to get gems in a certain pattern quickly. So just learning those 3 skills.
Because there are other time management cooking games I played. Remember there was one you played a lot of?
Like Cook Serve Delicious?
Yeah, Cook Serve Delicious.
Yeah, not like that at all.
Because I did not like that game at all.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with the game. It's fine. But anything that involves memory and like remembering what you have to serve people and recipes and things, I just don't enjoy
the
those.
recipes don't work like that. The recipes are purely... like use the theme ingredient, and then
get a bunch of matches.
Get the appropriate elemental matches that the judge is going to like.
Yeah.
So it simplifies that. I don't know if
so more like Honey Pop.
A little bit, yeah. All these systems work together, and as I said, they get introduced one at a time. So you'll be doing the big battles, and it's quite simple. And then you start getting the extra pans. And you're like, oh, what can I do with this? And you start seeing the possibilities. And it's one of those things like I in no way have a handle on what I'm doing. But I've only lost 1 match so far.
Okay.
And like, you can just retry the match.
Is this like a budget price game?
Yes, I think it might be a little bit more. I think it might be $30 Australian. Okay. So, but as from all accounts, it's like a 10-hour campaign sort of thing. Then there's also challenge modes on top.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the one thing that I kind of wish was there, and maybe they'll do it in a sequel or a spin-off or something, is Dusty.
You can hear a dog barking outside.
Is head-to-head multiplayer, but basically when you're cooking, each person has an area to the side where they go and hunt in.
Yeah. It
needs one hunting area where you're fighting over the same ingredients.
Oh.
Then this game would it'd be trolly as hell.
Yeah.
And it would be kind of amazing.
Yeah.
It
sounds really interesting. It looked really pretty too.
Yeah, it's got a really nice graphical style to it. Like really thin line work. I didn't like it when I saw trailers for it. I thought it looked a little bit too low frame rate and a bit janky. On the Switch, it's gorgeous. It's also on PC. I think they're going to try to port to other things, but it's a small team. It was Kickstarted, I believe.
Okay. Has this team done anything else?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm just not aware. It's really, really good so far. I'm enjoying my time a lot.
Okay.
And it's very different.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can explore the town. There's always cats to pat, and they normally hide a coin. So that's good. Yeah, it's got lots of things that'll be sort of fan servicey, but it's just very positive. Like it's a very friendly game to play. And even though it has a lot of demands on you, it has a skill ramp up, which seems fair.
So how long is a cook?
If you're doing a battle, probably 5 minutes.
Okay, so not too long.
No, they're not epically long or anything. I mean, that's part of the time constraint of it.
You're not throwing away 15 minutes because you didn't.
No. I mean, maybe later on in the game when you start getting like, oh, you've got to do multiple courses and stuff. But I kind of expect by then I'll just be faster at doing it. Because at the moment I'm still... Even just switching between the modes, I often hit like the wrong button and pick up my dish instead of going into stirring mode and stuff.
Do you get more powerful at combat? Like, do you level up or get different gear or anything like that?
Yes, there's gear in the game.
Is there loot? Is there rarity to the loot?
It's not so much loot. It's more just like items that exist in the world. So I don't think they're randomized or anything. Yeah. But you have 3 slots you equip for sort of a character abilities.
So I can't get a purple ladle of the bear?
Yeah, you may very well be able to get that, but there won't be there won't be other ladles of the bear. Okay. It'll be only the purple one. There's 3 slots for like default ingredients that you can be carrying, sort of give you a little boost at the beginning, and 3 slots for cooking equipment.
Okay.
So it's not like you're not customizing too much. Like the character ones are things like health and abilities like double jump and stuff like that. And then you also just unlock. You can also buy moves. So you get more complex moves as you go along. Like you can get so that your dash when you dash through an opponent, it does damage. Stuff like that. So it does become more complex as you go along, and you get more abilities and become more powerful that way. It's a really nice loop. As I say, very unique, very clean. It doesn't have a huge time. It doesn't have huge time demands, but you can sink a lot of time into it if you've got the time. So it's just varied and fun and friendly. I would give it a good score if I did such things.
If we did numbers, you would give it a good one.
Also, I'm only like, I don't know, an hour and a half into the thing. I'm not
it might ramp up and get crazy hard.
It might turn to complete other shit by then, but at the moment I'm having a hell of a good time. Okay, so let's do just some regular news.
Some good old news
before we get into the conversation of the year.
Yeah, there's been... we'll get it.
Oh, it's getting exciting.
There's
been interesting developments even heard today. Anyway.
Okay. SOMA is finally releasing its monster-free mode.
Good. I might play that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, because I
always wanted that game to be a walking simulator.
I really enjoy SOMA, and I think it doesn't take away I don't believe it takes away the encounters, it just takes away the danger from the encounters. Yeah. Because they were just huge roadblocks that made the game not fun. Yeah. So you know what's great? Hiding under a table when there's an enemy that teleports around you. That's just boring. And also it meant you didn't really investigate those areas properly, which meant you sometimes miss story elements.
Yeah, I wonder if this means their games going forward, they're going to rethink how they make them.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Because I think that's in to do with it coming out on console. I'm not sure of that. Probably one of my most surprising things this week, we had an expansion pack announced and released for Titan Quest.
Titan Quest. Yeah, Titan Quest Ragnarok. Yeah. This came out of nowhere.
Titan Quest, which is 11 years old at this point. And I got to say, I have more friends that were addicted to Titan Quest than any friends that were addicted to Diablo.
Yeah, well, and there was their follow-up game, something Dawn.
The After Dawn, it's like Grim Dawn,
and it never seemed to
didn't quite capture the same thing.
There was something about probably the theme. The theme had a lot to do with it with Titan Quest, and their class system was really good as well. You kind of mix 2 classes.
I thought it was because at first I saw that they announced this new content, and I'm like, oh, is it? It's like free or anything. It's on sale at the moment for $20 Australian, so I assume it's normally like $25. So I suppose it's probably $20 American. It's like, oh, $20 expansion pack for an 11-year-old game. You know what? I actually think it's going to do quite well.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are going to have it in their library.
Yeah. I mean, they've given away Titan Quest a bunch of times, and when it isn't, it's been on sale for $1 and such many times.
I've never actually played it.
It's Diablo 2, but in a Greek.
Is it Greek or Roman? I can never tell.
Let's just say mythological.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm still thinking of. I think it's Titan
Quest?
No. It's the one where you have the single arrow and it's all pixel.
Titan Souls.
Yes, that one. Yeah. I'm just thinking of that for some reason.
Very different.
One of the big differences between this and Diablo was it's not procedurally generated.
Okay.
So it was like
I haven't played Diablo either.
Crafted world.
I've been meaning
both
to.
good games.
Yeah.
Just play one of them.
I should.
Yeah.
I just haven't yet.
Play Torchlight too.
You.
Torchlight's a good game.
No, that's actually another good one to play too.
Yeah.
You probably prefer that one.
Actually, Torchlight is potentially more accessible.
That's the pretty painterly. wizard one that you play with friends usually?
I think Mythic.
I wouldn't particularly say painterly or wizardly.
No, probably maybe Magicka.
Magicka, yeah.
A little bit.
Magicka is not a Diablo-like.
No, I don't know. It's just like a more whimsical.
Yeah.
Yeah, a slightly cartoonier Diablo.
Yeah.
A little steampunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my
It's
cartoony
made by the
bits.
studio that just got closed down.
Yep.
It's sad.
Now I'm sad.
It's made Hob. Okay, so Game Awards were announced, the nominations.
You know, I was looking through the list,
Uh-huh.
and it made me realize how difficult Game of the Year is going to be.
Yes.
I think it'd be... I don't know. This year's been good, but I don't know, every year's good.
Didn't Breath of the Wild win almost all of them?
No, they haven't been done
This is
yet.
a
This is
new-
just nominations.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild will...
Some publication did do its Game of the Years the other day. I was like, it's November.
Yeah.
It's not December
Yeah.
yet.
There's still time. There's still some...
Yeah.
There could be some...
Xenoblade 2 could be really good.
Because Witness...
I mean, that's still probably going to end up being too
was
late
Witness
for most
still this
things.
year? I think it was.
No, Witness was last year.
Was it
I
last
think we
year?
gave it Game
Yeah.
of the Year.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just remember it was early in a year and couldn't quite remember.
Yeah. I had to go back and see if Cluster Truck was this year. But the ones that I thought were weird, there was... things that are slightly problematic. Best handheld game. So, obviously, Breath of the Wild.
Yes, definitely.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
those aren't nominated
Yeah,
in there.
I kind of let that slide.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it's like, that's an interesting problem going forward.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the Switch?
But then again, like, there's not really a handheld other than the 3DS that's popular at the moment, really, is there?
I can't remember what it was the nomination. I think there were things that weren't.
I don't know if there were
3DS
any
games.
mobile games. Mobile games.
I think mobile's
Would
different
mo-
category.
Yeah. Because it's not really a handheld console, it's a phone.
The weirdest category, however, I thought was best Chinese game.
Yes.
It's like that was a very pandery to our Chinese overlords category, and I can see the point. I can see what they're going for.
It's a very different market. So
I mean, Chinese mobile games, they have a cat in a pot and it grows cat flowers.
Well, this was sort of Western games that have been have Chinese support.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, it was a very much like, okay, yes, I understand it's a huge market and we really want to appeal to that market, but this doesn't feel like a genuine like,
It's like as a category.
Yeah. Can you imagine like at the Academy Awards, there's just
best
suddenly
Polish-
suddenly just best Polish film. It's just like,
Yeah, well, there's no other country which is called out. Yeah.
Well,
okay, slightly awkward, but
Well, at my Airbnb in Melbourne, our host she was a lawyer and she was taking in Chinese guests who were going to PAX to sort of invest in the games there so they could get their visas in and stuff. It just interests me.
I mean, it's a huge
because
market.
it's a
Everyone's
thing.
trying to get into the Chinese market.
Yeah.
If you can get in, it dwarfs every other market there is.
Over the past year, I've just been noticing how much Chinese influence the world has. It's just insane,
Yeah.
especially the houses.
Look at dem numbers.
the houses.
Dem numbers.
There's a lot of them.
Well, I'm not quite scary. I'll say intimidating, perhaps.
Terrifying.
No, not
No,
terrifying.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
I
go
think it's
terrifying.
terrifying.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel that way.
It's one
Don't
of those-
judge me.
It's one of the old things. China's going to take over the world. It's like, well, they need us as customers, so not so
nothing-
much.
that's
Their
nothing
way
like
of
that's
their way of
what's gonna
taking over
happen.
the world is by being incredibly good at using us as customers.
I see it as opportunities. That's all I
Yeah,
see it as.
exactly.
You know? Like, especially from a game perspective, it's like it's just a massive market they can potentially get into. You know,
Can't have any skeletons.
no, you can't have skeletons.
What?
Oh, you can't depict a skeleton in China.
What?
Yep, that's
interesting.
No, there's actually lots and lots of rules and depictions of things. So if you're porting something, you've got to make sure certain ones on different types of gore.
What
is very strict
about
on.
Old Bones in Astro Attack? Did we have to do anything for that?
Oh
or-
no, but that's something like that's going to go under the radar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
I just thought it was
Like
interesting.
if there was a Chinese publisher that picked it up, then yeah, maybe.
They would probably definitely make you take it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was just China's release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then,
But that's not just
do they
China.
still
Like,
have
Germany
the,
has things.
Great
and like
Firewall
it's,
still?
The Great Firewall of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we've got a great firewall.
Yeah, we
in
have a
Australia
firewall
these
too.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. I mean, ours is a little bit less strict.
That's just
Yeah,
stupid.
and it's pretty easy to get a VPN these days.
Yeah.
Hell, it doesn't even work on my computer. Even when I forget to have my DNS redirecting everything on, it still only works half the time.
Yeah.
It's like, this is great.
For
Well
some reason,
implemented government.
I can go on to all the naughty sites and they don't block it without a VPN.
You mean the Streets ice cream gay time site?
Yes. The gay time sanger looks delicious.
But they're cutting all their employees' wages. It's not good. Not good for the.
I saw a
for
meme
workers.
that compared Zupa Dupas and Streets. They said, "Oh, get a Zupa Duper because you know."
Because you want to cut your fucking face open.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
That's how the Joker got his smile.
Exactly.
the Streets one had it was lemony extortion.
Lovely. Okay, so moving on with the brief news. Both Mario and Hitman have filmed productions going in, apparently. So Mario is apparently not quite 100% finalized, but apparently very far through negotiations.
I would
the
like an
studio that
Odyssey.
made the Minions movies is apparently going to make an animated Mario movie. And I think that sounds like...
Is this going to be
I
like
think
that
sounds like a
rabbits thing all
nightmare.
over again?
I'm trying to just picture what it is.
Mario isn't a compelling character. Never has been.
No,
I honestly hate Mario as a character.
I can't see it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
They made their Minions big.
I don't know, an Angry Birds movie happened.
Yeah.
And it was popular.
Yeah, it was.
I actually don't know how the Angry Birds movie did
It was-
financially.
Emoji movie happened.
I think that bombed hugely.
I think the
Really?
Angry Birds movie was very much I've got about 4 hours to kill on an airplane movie.
Yeah.
And
okay.
it's like, it'll do the job. You'll fall
Yeah.
asleep through the middle.
So, yeah, I was going to say, sir, have I introduced you to sleep? That is-
No, that's what the movie does.
Okay, good. And also, Hitman is apparently having a TV show made out of it.
Okay.
Which will probably also be terrible, but the
might
writer
be
from John
interesting.
Wick is doing it.
All right, well,
I
cool.
still need to watch that movie.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it, James?
watch the first one. I haven't watched the sequel
good,
yet.
good.
Finally did it, and it is a very good movie.
It is fun, except for the dog. That makes me sad. It's literally the plot.
It's yeah.
Don't
It's the-
tell
it's
me.
the concept.
Don't tell me.
It's the opening fucking scene.
I don't care. I haven't seen it yet.
Did you know in Back to the Future they go back?
What? But in the third one they go forwards.
No, second one they go forward.
Oh.
Yeah,
Third
the
one,
third
they
one's
go,
in
they
the
go
Old
way
West.
back.
But they do go forwards at the end.
You sure?
To spoil it. Am I sure if I know Back to the
Yeah.
Future lore?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was the third one.
No, the third one's where the little boy points at his penis.
On the news today, there was a statue that was in a school.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this conversation? How are you chasing this one?
It was just an innuendo statue.
in your
the
endo.
man was holding a bread in front of his robes, and it was in an odd position. And all
I'm-
the students found it funny, and they covered it up because it was.
Just wait, this was on the news?
Yes, it was.
What kind of news were you
Slow
watching?
7
news?
News.
Oh, 7
Yeah.
News. So the most
Hard
humanly
hitting.
stretchable usage of the word news in
That's
the
what my
world.
parents watch, so I just end up watching it.
I would recommend not.
I find it humorous sometimes. It's like so many wrong things.
Don't know if the news should really be on the humor factor. Also, we got an exciting trailer for the Rampage movie.
Oh yeah, with The Rock.
Yeah.
Him.
I like The Rock.
Oh, he's a very entertaining
So-
guy.
he's a
So
sweetie.
chances of The Rock being made big to fight the monsters at the end.
Oh, I didn't even think about it, but now I
That's
do.
literally, yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is the monsters don't seem to be mutated humans. They're mutated animals.
Yeah, they
What's
are.
the
Because
point?
it's like some kind of chemical gets in and makes them big. Like it's
Look, if I can't jerk off over a naked Lizzie after she gets killed, then what is even the point of this?
no one's gonna stop you from doing that anyway, buddy.
It's just not the same. If she's not suddenly like a dead lizard and then a little naked lady's going off the screen, I mean, that got me through my prepubescent years. So good. And Ralph's the wolf, isn't it? I never played Ralph. I only played George and Lizzie.
I never
Ralph could
I never
fuck off.
really got the names of them. I never played like
Well-
old pirated PC versions of that thing.
Rampage is the best. Well,
It is a thing.
By best, I mean
really,
a thing that Paul has fond memories
That is a
for.
big call.
It's literally the fucking best thing in the world that was ever made. Rampage, the game I probably never got past like 6 levels
Yeah.
of, because I was a kid and didn't really get good at it. I just like smashing them buildings.
Yeah, well, that's what I remember. I don't remember playing the actual game much. It was more just doing the smashing.
I never really solidified.
I actually don't even know what the game is, to
What
be
do you mean?
honest. Rampage.
Just go smash down buildings.
Oh, so I was playing the game. It was just smash the building. Okay, then I understand.
Go
Rampage.
smash everything and then move on to the next town. Smash that up too. Then you get killed and then you get all naked and you go.
I'm
bottle
thinking
away.
of the arcade game. I don't know if it is Rampage.
Most likely,
Yeah.
Okay.
they
A lot of
literally,
versions of it.
you've probably seen it at Netherworld. They
Yes,
have Rampage
that's
there.
what I'm thinking of.
Yep, jumping on buildings, smashing
it is
windows,
okay,
eating
okay.
people, then get killed
I
and get
played
naked.
I played it. Do I get an award now?
You can have a pizza trophy.
I like pizza.
Okay, and finally, before the big news, Splatoon 2 has got a big update coming.
It's cool. We can switch items in the lobby.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that drew my attention to it.
Yeah.
We can finally fucking switch items, which is...
Yeah, like that's the big feature they've added. Well, I'm going to call it like the big feature they should have added at launch.
Yeah. The big fault they've remedied.
Yes. Yeah. But I think there's like 4 new maps.
Yeah, a bunch of maps and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like 150 new items.
A new
2 new
salmon.
songs.
Yep.
Um,
New salmon run.
yeah, new Sam Run. There's a
New
new
mode.
mode coming in
It's
December.
with, I think you've got to collect clams in it or something.
Yeah, it looks like you collect clams and then if you
It's called
kill
the Clam Fan.
yeah, you drop. Is it? I actually
No,
can't
I
know.
just made it up.
But yeah, like if you collect the clams and if you die, you drop them.
Yeah.
And, there's something like that, but that's coming later.
It looks like fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so shall we start talking about the big subject matter? Okay, so let's sort of briefly go over the whole timeline. So Battlefront 2 has recently come out. Before its release, however, people started looking into the implementation of loot boxes and the progression system in the game. The claim was, from the initial calculations, that it would take you 40 hours of gameplay in multiplayer to unlock Darth Vader to play as a hero in the game. That wasn't quite accurate because it negated things like... That was just sort of based on the standard rewards you get for a game, not for doing challenges and such. But core of it was still like, it takes a goddamn long time to get stuff.
And that's the 40 hours to unlock everything. It's 40 hours
For
to
that-
unlock one
That hero,
hero, yes.
Because you don't get it. You get some heroes earlier, otherwise you have to unlock them with this progression system. EA came in like, we're heroes. We're gonna lower the cost of these heroes.
Yes.
They thought that solved the problem, and they were gonna like. I'm cynical enough to think that they arbitrarily made it too high, so that then they could raise it and try to be heroes.
Okay. Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but
I definitely 100%.
you can
Marketing.
Yeah, I would do that.
you have far more confidence in their scheming abilities than I do.
Oh yes. Okay, so they thought that would be the end of it, because basically so there's a lot of aspects here. Representative EA went onto Reddit to explain. This is here because we're trying to make progression like more rewarding, give you a sense of accomplishment. It's now the most downvoted post in history in Reddit.
I gave it an upvote.
That's just contrarian, isn't it? And turns out this is a good demonstration of how the power of one person achieves nothing. So then they went and did an AMA. We're going to change all this, but the pressure started mounting more and more against this progression system, which we'll go into the actual details of in a little bit. And then there started being more of a campaign, like if we really want to stop this, we need to contact Disney. And we need to make it hurt Disney. And
I saw things like Casino Front. Was one of the
it started
images
pushing like
being-
this is about gambling and it's causing a problem. At that point, it got pushed to CNN, and CNN did a story on it. And after that, Disney sort of jumped up. And there are a few other things of similar scale where it's like this is getting into the mainstream. And then EA said, you know what? We're taking out all monetization options. You cannot spend money on the game anymore. We're taking them out for now. And we're going to retool it and it will be back later, which did not appease people. The game,
is it still out?
It's out.
No, sorry. Are the purchases still pulled?
Yes.
Okay, you can't purchase crystals, which is the currency that you get for purchasing it. Its sales in the UK, at least, are 60% lower than Battlefront 1. And now we have things like it was referred to the Belgian Gaming Commission, and they have said that it is definitely gambling. And even just before the show, I was checking up, and the Victorian, I think actually we're the Gaming Commission, and it's the Belgian Department of Gaming or something. And we have said, yes, it's definitely gambling as well.
Wow.
And even in Belgium, I think they actually included Overwatch in their sort of ruling as well and said like, yep, this is all gambling.
Yeah.
There's no like ruling about what this means, but yes, it's fucking gambling.
And this seems to be the straw, the very big straw.
Yes.
That's broken the camel's back. I heard the murmuring I heard was about sort of like a wider European ban to be a push for.
Yes.
Of
loot boxes generally.
just generally of loot boxes. Yeah. I think it's good.
Yes.
I have no problem with this. I think it is something which I would like to see more regulation on.
Well, yeah, because at its very core, as all these basically ESA came out a few weeks ago and said it's not gambling, and then everyone that isn't kind of invested in making money off gaming said, yeah, it's definitely fucking gambling. You know what gambling is, right? Whether that's going to be bans or regulate, but there's a reason we have regulations around gambling. It is something that is exploitative at its very core.
It ruins people's lives.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not that. I mean, gambling is allowed in most places. But it's regulated.
It needs to be regulated.
It has rules.
Yes.
And at the moment, it's the Wild West. And it was a happy Wild West until something got prolific enough, in this case, Battlefront 2, which will go down in history as the game that ruined the good ride for the loot box community.
Derailed that gravy train.
Yeah, because at the moment, and I'm expecting this is going to have pretty big repercussions throughout the industry.
I expect. I'm curious to see how enforceable all this stuff ends up being. Like what I'm wondering what's going to happen is like there'll be some regulation about what loot boxes are and what not to do, but you find a little twist. Like how do you get that coverage? So
you look at the Chinese market where it is.
Yes, it's all regulated. Disclosed, isn't it? Yeah.
And they've worked around it in different ways. So, but then that's the implementation that we have to go with that. Shall we talk a little about how it works in Battlefront 2?
Yes.
Because Battlefront 2 has been getting middling to poor reviews.
Yeah.
Almost none of them dealing with the actual gameplay.
Yeah, everything I've heard about it is fine. Like
I hear that the campaign is just... Because none of us have played.
Yeah. No, well, I was going to buy it, and now I haven't.
Yeah. The campaign is just pure fan service.
Yeah. That was probably actually the biggest disappointment for the game that I've heard is that I was really had high hopes for that single player campaign because I like Empire stories. Sounds like it doesn't really deliver.
It's not an Empire story.
Yeah. So that's a bit sad. But for everything that I've seen of the actual, like just the competitive side of it, looks good.
I mean, Battlefront 1 was a beautiful, great sounding game, and this is pretty much the exact same game with some new locations and stuff. So the way that the progression works, which annoys so many people, is that this is a primarily multiplayer game, and so it has a sense of progression, as is the modern thing in multiplayer games, which is something I do not like. So the fact that this doesn't have a traditional progression, you think could please me. No. But what they have done is managed to shit off the people that actually like modern progression. Because traditionally, you use an item or you play and you get experience and you level up what you're doing.
Yeah.
In this, no, you get credit. And that credit can be then saved up to buy loot boxes, of which you get a totally random reward, which may or may not be relevant to your class. You do get crafting components out of it, so you get enough and then you can actually make something you specifically want. But it turns, and these things aren't given out particularly quickly either, so it's relatively expensive to get a loot box. So you're working towards something which is randomized, which may or may not benefit you in any way. And they make quite large gameplay changes.
Yeah, so this is like... Yes. I think...
They're not cosmetics.
Yeah, so it's things like... I think there's one with like Boba Fett's rocket attack or something like that. Like there's like 4 levels of upgrade, and by the time you're the last one, it's like 100% damage mitigation. Like it's like massive gameplay advantages. It's not purely cosmetic at all. And that's where it just becomes 100% pay to win.
Well, you can't pay at the moment.
Well, it would be if they had their way.
Grind randomly to maybe win, which is it's like it's not a satisfying progression for people because you're not working towards anything. Like that's in most games where you're trying to get like the next gun or the next upgrade or something, you are specifically I need more kills with this gun. I need to spend more time with this. This doesn't matter. You could just, and in fact, most of it's just for being in the game. So it actually results in a lot of people idling the game. Because you don't need to do anything. You just need to be in the match. It's like, okay. So it seems like a pretty... a solution that should please no one.
Yeah.
It's caused massive problems. It's like EA stock went down, but it went down like nothing. Like it'll be fine. I think at the end of the day, really, if they had just managed to get the PR ignored for a little while, I don't think overall this is going to lose any money. I think it'll still do financially great. My offsider at work, who really loves Battlefront, loved the last one. I said to him, "Oh man, did you get the new one?" And I baited with nothing. I was just like, let's hear it. Go, "Oh yeah, man, I grabbed it." I'm like, "Oh, how you going?" So, Oh, I love it. Oh, man, it's so good. I'm doing all the campaign first. Haven't even got a multiplayer yet. It's like, oh, it's so good. I'm like, oh, yeah. What do you like about it? It's like, oh, I just love Star Wars. I'm like, great. So then I'm just like poking a little bit. It's like, so, have you heard of it? It's like, oh, yeah, I know all this like loot box and everything. Like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just love getting in there and shit. It's just like, it's like, this really is like and this isn't disparaging to him or anything. Like, all these people making all this noise, all the petitions, all the rest, like, we are such a small nothing.
Yeah.
60% lower in the UK. That initial install base, they are the enthusiasts. Everyone else is buying it for Christmas.
Yeah.
And
then that's where you see really, like what it is.
But they do still, like, the value of the enthusiast gamer is making something big and in the public mindset at the beginning. So we're still valuable, but really only for that initial launch.
I see where the potential damages of this, it would be the relationship with EA and Disney.
Yes.
Like, I imagine that's where they'd be most...
Do you really think Disney did not control and approve every single step?
No, I think Disney wants to maintain that family-friendly...
Oh, yes. But I don't necessarily think they take that out on EA. I think they make themselves look good. Because when they send out the letter saying, well, we don't like this, I think it's very much of like, you guys take this hit.
Throw them under the bus.
Yeah. We have to like squeaky clean.
Yeah.
But we are the mouse.
Literally squeaky.
And we will literally fuck anyone else. All right. Yeah.
So, okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, would it have been okay to do what they did if the game was free? The base game was free?
I mean, I still have... We had a big discussion a while ago about loot boxes on the show, so people could go back to that. I mean, I have my issues with loot boxes, and I don't typically support them. But certainly in the community, I think they would have been far more accommodating to such a
I think
a
that if they had done that, I think they would have had a massive amount of people play it. Probably would have made a massive amount of money for people buying loot boxes.
And the funny thing is,
people probably would have loved them. It's like, I got this game for free.
Think about partly why this exists is because of the backlash they got over the season pass last time. They said, this time, no season pass.
Just loot boxes.
It's like, everyone gets all the content for free. And then it's like, oh, we'll just monetize this way. So really, they took the gamble for goodwill, and now they have lost so much goodwill that they could never gain back from just the DLC thing. It's like,
I wonder if there was some well-meaning soul that was sort of like the champion early on for like, we need to find a way to kind of make money from this thing and still support additional content. Like, we'll that Overwatch. It's got a good system. Like, it's got these loot boxes, but they don't really undermine the core experience, and then it just. Some EA executives got their hands on it. Oh,
I would assume most people involved were probably quite optimistic and positive about it and were doing the right thing.
Because I don't know if there's... it's because you like grind down things to level up individual guns as well. Like, it's got a lot of the trappings from kind of more... it's like they basically got a mobile...
developer
to come in and go like, just put this in this game, please. And also we're charging $90 for it.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, so fuck, marry, kill.
Yes.
Games get more expensive. Season passes. Microtransactions. And then loot box based microtransactions.
Okay, so we've got date, marry, kill. So I'll probably say...
Fuck, marry, kill, please.
Okay, fuck.
None of this watering down
fuck,
shit.
Marry, kill. Look, I'd probably say marry on DLC. Just because I think that's sort of like the fairest way to do it. Like, if you make more content, charge money for it. But
it was season pass DLC.
Oh, season... okay. No, I'm still okay with it.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I was just clarifying.
Yeah, it's still okay. Like, most of the time it does come out. You don't have to buy if you don't want to. You can just buy it when it comes out. But some people like to buy it early. Whatever, that's okay. No big problem with it. I think that I'd kill microtransactions because I think they do undermine the experience. And in an ideal world, I'd like just pay more money for games at a base.
But that's your fuck.
Oh, no, I'll fuck that one because that's the one I really want.
So you marry your second choice?
Yeah. What does that say about me?
I don't know.
Have I revealed something about myself? Please, Paul, explain it to me.
Well, I guess you haven't married your girlfriend, so...
That's true. Well, it does say where I put the institution of marriage. Like, it's like, it's like, it's the safe thing to do.
So basically, fuck Cheryl, marry me.
I don't know who I'm killing.
Yeah.
Kill me.
There you
I thought
go,
I
Amy.
was your bestie.
Lucky girl. Anyway, so yeah, Battlefront
Yeah,
2 having quite the year.
I don't know. I'm a bit annoyed with Overwatch being like the big this is why loot boxes are bad Overwatch picture kind of thing. It's Overwatch.
It's very prolific. It makes a lot of money from it.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't actually offer any advantages. It's just voice lines and skins.
But that's the thing when it comes to gambling. It's like yes, Overwatch is a quite friendly implementation. It doesn't affect the game in any way. But when you look at it from a gambling angle, does it exploit? Is it a predatory action still? And that's what the gambling thing is. And the predatory is a word that comes up quite a lot from the gaming commissions and everything. It's like, are these designs, are these systems predatory to those susceptible to gambling addiction and such?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. It's actually, I'm gonna drag in Lineage 2.
Oh
into this.
yeah,
because
I can tick it off.
Yeah,
Segue.
Lineage 2 is a free-to-play mobile game, which I didn't ever play the original Lineage games, but it's basically an MMO from back in the 2000s, I think. This one I think is like set 200 years something. Anyway, it said something. I don't give a shit. I picked it up because I've been kind of had my eye on it for a while. It looks like it's got kind of like a top-down Diablo kind of look to it, but kind of a bit more of an Asian kind of bent to the design. It looks really pretty. It's a gorgeous mobile game. It uses the Unreal Engine, Unreal 4.
Yeah, I think I've seen art from it.
Devours my battery. And I've been trying to figure out what the game is.
Yeah.
And I've played, I'm going to say probably close to 7 or 8 hours of it. I haven't paid any money. And I'm going to show you how you play this game.
Okay.
So
Let's
just
go.
watch. So this is
I
what
can't
it says.
wait.
Okay, so I'm just going to pull out my mobile phone for people that are at home, not watching on whatever. So I open up this thing. I go, okay, connect. Then I say, I'm going to do a quest. So skip that there. That's once I reconnect. And I go, do a quest.
Audio listeners, you're missing nothing.
Yeah, you're really not.
He's holding
a
a phone.
walk, and that's it. So right now, I'm doing a quest. What they've done is they've taken your top-down action RPG and they've completely automated the grind part of it.
Oh.
Okay.
But what about can I? Is it as good as Progress Quest?
Well, it's a clicker. They've really turned this thing into a clicker. At any
I prefer one where I don't even have to click, please.
Okay. Well, at any point I can kind of take control of it, and I can still use my abilities and everything. But generally, the game is go do quest, and kind of off it goes.
Someone's going to murder you now.
Off it goes. So it goes. So anyway.
So are these actual people, or is it?
Yeah, there are people. There's a bunch of people running around and things like that.
Cool.
So where it's kind of relevant to the loot box conversation is I've figured out that it is a dopamine delivery system. This is what this game is, because it is nothing about collecting loot boxes, opening said loot boxes to earn more loot boxes.
Yep.
I will probably, in a session of playing this, and I might play it for an hour or 2 hours to kind of do off all my dailies and get all my little dopamine hits. I will probably open 30 or 40 loot boxes to get loot, to grind down, to put into my loot to make my numbers bigger.
But that's just what loot boxes are.
That's
They're
what-
dopamine hits.
Yeah.
That's why Overwatch does use all the flashy things.
This game is like, it is nothing but tiny dopamine hits. And so I haven't really, I wouldn't say I've been having fun with it, but from some level, I'm well aware of what it's doing. And I find that I'll pick it up and I'll play it, and I'll be with it for a while. And when I put it down, I impulsively want to go back to it. And one of the reasons I've stuck with it is I've been trying to understand kind of how they work and kind of what some of like the more engaging elements are. But when I think about, like, I'm generally pretty good when it comes to gambling and those kinds of, like, I like the hooks, but I don't find I get too stuck on them.
Yep.
Like there's kind of like the kind of loop, like gambling. I'm not that big on it. I don't get stuck on that much. But I know there are other people that do, and everything in this game is highly manipulative. And I find it fascinating to look at, but this is also something which, if there was, I kind of want there to be some kind of regulation, because I know there's like, there'll be 5% of the people that play this game that are going to be putting in probably $200-$300 a month, up to thousands of dollars a month, because it is nothing but, not even just like the hooks of kind of loot boxes. There's like social commitment that comes in because you join a clan.
Yes.
You then donate to your clan. It's like a daily quest to donate to your clan.
Tidings.
Basically, yeah. I find it interesting from like a game design perspective.
Makes me vomit in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've spent zero cash on it, and the thing that kind of does keep me there a bit is that I know that it's built around 5% of people playing it. Paying money.
Yes.
So there's a perfectly serviceable game there that you can play as a 95%. Yep. So in some ways, I know that I can still play it, and I'm kind of getting the experience out of it. I understand what the real experience is in it.
Sorry, that ability had a 1 minute cooldown. I just found.
Oh, that's like a more special one. Going to an area.
I think my problem is that
there's a special sale on jams, James.
I don't buy them.
Which one is best value?
That doesn't matter. Like I don't think the purchases are for me.
But James, you're missing out on the best value.
No, I went looking to spend money because I was like, I played a bunch of this. Where is the thing? Where is the item for James? No.
What if I drink all of your health potions? Is that good?
You can do it.
No, don't do it.
There are so many bars to make bigger in this game. They just keep introducing new bars to make bigger, and they all funnel back into making your stats bigger. All these bars.
I think my problem is I just haven't had the exposure. I just don't understand.
Well, in this, I think there's also a little bit like in Game of War does this, where I think they deliberately be a little bit confusing and not let you understand what's going on that much. Because what this game does is it gives you little red dots to say basically this is where you tap.
Yeah.
And you go through, and if you go through there, it'll be like, oh, okay, one of the things I've got on these challenges, so I'm going to do my quests, and I'll go see they're all
unread notifications,
and I'm going to go, I'm going to kind of collect this and whatever, I'm going to start this quest. But it almost like the game has an autoplay, like to make the character, but it almost does it for your interactions as well. Like it's automating the character and it's automating my behaviors.
Oh, nice.
But I can't
soon they won't need you at all, buddy.
Well, they could. I thought it was interesting that there is no way to make it completely autoplay. Like every quest, I will need to engage with it, and I think that's there to get the little hits. It's like it's forcing me to be engaged in that loop, and it works because I keep playing it because I can just go do a quest and off it goes.
Why can't I get addicted to things that don't matter?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say I'm addicted because
I'm not saying you are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying wouldn't life be easier? I could be, you know what? Like that guy went out into PAX and look over and that guy's just got a slot machine on his phone and he sat there the entire time pulling the virtual handle. I'm like. Imagine the world where that just fulfills me. Life would be so easy.
It would be great, wouldn't it?
It'd be great. Yeah. Even if I end up, I'll put in $10 a week.
Yeah, this thing, that's going to save you money.
I don't need to buy any other games. I don't need to go out and see movies. I don't need to socialize. I don't need to exercise because I don't need to please anyone because I've got my slot machine.
Yeah.
It would be
fantastic, and this, it would be amazing. No, it probably actually would be great. But I think this is coming back to kind of the loot boxes and why I want regulation. Is because even just from my experience with a game like this, and watching the guy playing, the slot machines not really getting it. There is such a broad spectrum of how people react to these kinds of stimulus. And it can be exploited. So even though Overwatch is not doing anything, I don't think, too unethical, it's still using these mechanisms to kind of for monetary gain, and some regulation would be nice there.
Thank you, James.
And regulation can be good. I mean, EU and Australian law is part of the reason why refunds exist on Steam.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Like, regulation is not necessarily a scary word.
No,
it doesn't mean suddenly there's censorship. It doesn't mean we're not going to get things anymore. It means that it could just be consumer protection.
I mean, it can be something as simple as Overwatch can have you need to give a breakdown of the percentage chance of what you're going to win.
Yes.
And that could be it. It could be, for you to get a new piece of gear, it's going to be 2%.
An issue with ratings as well.
Oh, and ratings, I think so. Ratings and just transparency on what it is, that might be enough.
This game contains gambling. Yeah. The big sticker.
Yeah.
Then we don't want that sticker. That means no one's going to buy it at Christmas.
So we better not put it in.
We're just going to buy Peppa Pig again.
Yeah, could you imagine a Disney game with a big sticker on it that said contains gambling? It would never happen.
No. Unless they create a character called Gambling and they just like, he's in this one too. He's my favorite. Gambling. So yeah.
I call him Gambler.
Consumed your mother. So I might talk about the game that I put up on the screen behind us.
Oh yeah,
which I again failed to play because it's impossible to play anything. This is a game called Splasher.
Thank you for looking at my pretty face.
That's all right. Your face is quite nice. So Splasher is a relatively hardcore platformer, in the vein of something along Super Meat Boy. The levels are longer than that, but they're checkpointed, so the individual challenges probably stay around the same length as a Super Meat Boy. Its main mechanics, however, are basically sort of a bit Splatoony. You've got ink you can fire. Ooh. Well, it's sort of more of a water gun. So at least at this point in the game, I've got water, which can wash things clean and collect things, and I have red, basically sticky glue. So I can run along and jump at a wall and paint it as I run up it, and I can run on walls and ceilings and jump. Okay. It's one of those games that I would say it's easier than Super Meat Boy.
Good.
Not hugely so. Yeah, it's not devoid of challenge.
I'd be scared if you said it was harder than Super Meat Boy.
No. I mean, I have completed. I'm about halfway through the game, as you can see there from the number up at the top corner. But it's very satisfying, and each level has its own gimmick. And as I say, like you've got those two painting styles, but they unlocked over a number of levels. Each level is just get through it. Bunch of collectibles if you want 100% it, which is basically rescuing other scientists most of the time, and they're always in special locations or little hidden warp dimensions and stuff. And then you can also redo the levels as time trials. So it's one of those things where it's like I said, Super Meat Boy, it's a bit almost Rayman-ish in that the way everything flows together. It's probably tighter than Super Meat Boy, and in me saying tighter, I mean like whilst you still have floaty air control, most of the levels are designed like if you are going that way and you hit jump, if you just hit it at the right time, you will just land. You don't need to do adjustments to do it. Where Super Meat Boy might have been a bit more air control required. Yeah. Like,
does it have that quick restart that you get out of?
Yes, it's very, very quick. Okay. I'd probably say about the same speed as Super Meat Boy. Yeah. It's just a really, really neat, fast-paced, hardcore platformer that's just, as I say, while the levels are much longer than Super Meat Boy, they're broken into sections.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that means that, you're really never doing any more than, say, 30 seconds at a time.
Okay, really, because Super Meat Boy really found that sweet spot of...
Yeah. I mean, like, hell, the first couple of worlds, most levels are under 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So, you really blast through those. No, it's really satisfying. It's got a really just nice cartoony art school. It reminds me a lot of the Bug Butcher.
Yeah.
Just nice, clean, plays very well. I think it and Slime Sound, they're like the two platformers.
You can platformer darling right now.
Yeah. Oh, no one played Slime Scion. Like,
I think I own it and I haven't played it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good platformer. I probably enjoyed this one a little bit more than that. That one's more hardcore though.
Yeah.
If that's what you're into. I think this is anyone that has decent skills. Like, you still need to be good at platformers, but it's not like you're not going to pull your hair out of it. As long as you've got basic skills, you'll have a good time.
Oh, so I'm screwed.
You'll be fine with it. It's one of those things. So when you're running, you shoot ink out and you just push a direction and you fire it out.
Yeah.
But it's also smart enough that if you're just on a surface and you're holding that button, it just paints the surface you're on. So you don't have to like be particularly accurate finessing. And even when you're shooting enemies and such, it has a little bit of homing to it. So it's like as long as you're pointing in the general direction, because you're supposed to be running the whole time. So the game doesn't want you to stop and do an accurate point. It's like, no, just
kind of push that way.
Just point diagonal and you'll get a little reticle around the enemy and you're going to hit it. It's fine. You're supposed to keep moving. And it flows very well and it just plays very nicely. It's really tight. So that is, what did I call it? Splasher. It does, not a super memorable name, admittedly.
Yeah, we had to look it up after talking about
It's true. It's true. It's like, I know it's inky something. It's like Swisher, Splat.
It says Incorp Boys on the Welcome to Incorp.
Yeah, there's like a robot spider receptionist.
She's adorable.
It is very cute.
It has a nice aesthetic to it. Yeah. See, I can't actually go get into another level because I can't. Because in the middle, sitting Amy in the middle of the screen was a huge mistake. Maybe if we just sent her outside, I could show off some levels to people.
Can I take your Mifa?
My Mifa? No.
Oh, well, I'm not going outside.
I shoot an enemy. And now I went to... Oh, no, I did do a second jump, but I can't see anything.
Jump, buddy. You're doing
playing a game where you cannot see where your character is quite difficult.
I can see.
Okay. There we go. Am I on the wall?
I like the little base and the thing. It looks pretty cool.
It plays very well.
Yeah.
Very, very neat. Cool. Okay, so... What else we got?
James, what else are you playing?
Why don't you tell me a little bit about one of your other favorite games?
I checked out a Medieval this week. So that was played a little bit of it at PAX.
Yes.
Where I played about 10 minutes of it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a Heretic throwback.
I think it's more of a Hexen throwback.
Hexen, Heretic.
No, I think it actually is more
No,
Heretic.
it isn't. No, yeah, it's actually, no, I'm going to say it's a bit more, it's definitely more Heretic. They've gone for that kind of like image weapon style, where Hexen was sort of, especially Hexen 2 was kind of moving away.
Yeah, well, with Hexen, I remember
Hexen was also
really
more of an RPG.
Yes, I remember more RPG systems,
yeah.
a bit slower, and I remember firing a sheep with a catapult.
Heretic was Romero working with Raven to make something else on the Doom engine, was what it was, if I remember. Masters of Doom, the book. So it's one of those throwback games. I don't think it does quite a good job at the throwback as, say, what Strafe does. Where visually,
as in trying to capture that fake aesthetic of like what it felt like.
I think even though I wasn't that big on Strafe, the mechanics
visually is very
visually
striking.
I thought they did that really good job of taking it back to kind of the bits you remember about what something looked like, not necessarily what it did still look like. I think they do an okay job in a Medieval. They've kind of got this kind of grainy filter over everything to just kind of make it look a little bit more lo-fi.
It's got some like fancy color filters as well.
Yeah, they really
turn it to EGA and shit.
Yeah, I actually haven't played with any of the color filters.
They might have been cheat based.
Yeah, I should look at that. It's got kind of really solid colors that really kind of pop and oversaturated. They do one of my favorite things they do with the throwback is that every time you pick up something, there's giant text at the top of the screen that says like you collect one blue mana, one blue mana, one blue mana. Clun, clun. Yeah, and they got all the sound is very well done. Like I think that's probably one of the best things they nailed aesthetically. Is the sound is great. So I've now played like the first couple of levels of it, and it's definitely mechanically much more what I'm looking to play than Strafe. I'm going to compare it to Strafe because they're kind of like doing similar things.
They're both sort of 90s throwbacks.
Yeah. The moment to moment of actually, I'm going to say it's the level design. I actually think that's what it is because Strafe was all kind of, I think it's procedurally generated.
Yes,
but
which was pretty much disappointed everyone.
Yeah, and it never really felt like I was moving through a level. Where this is much more, it feels like I'm moving through a level. Like there's a place, there's things like
there's backtracking. There's
backtracking. Is go find the 2 keys and you go back in the middle and then you'll go down to a cave and there'll be like a temple, like a church. You go inside and fight a boss and like.
I was very good at finding clipping errors in levels. I was like, oh shit, you shouldn't be able to fall through there. I'm like, I found a way.
Yeah, Paul will find a way.
It's pre-release, it's fine.
Yeah. Apart from that, like it is just like a throwback to those kind of 90s things. Like I don't think it really pushes it in any particular way. Like I don't think it's trying to kind of let's go back and like find some interesting way to iterate on what it was. It's like, nope, we're going to go really wide field of view, move really fast. They don't really pull their punches on damage. Like you will die a lot. But there's a quick save because that's what you do with PC games. You quick save, quick load, and there's no regenerating health. Like they've gone with a lot of those old mechanics.
Yeah, I think because we did talk about it, I think on one of the Spaghetti Boy episodes.
Yeah.
One of the things I just enjoy is just how well the enemies can follow you throughout the level.
Oh yeah, I got chased down a few times.
You think of an old game, and you think, okay, well, basically, I just go out of its movement area and I'm safe. And like, no, they will chase you over ledges and jump up things and everything. It's like, oh, okay. This is a bit more intense, especially when you're being swarmed.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite features in it is the overkill mode, where it's as you're killing things, you've got a bar that's filling up. The moment that fills up, your next attack will put you into, I think it's called overkill, overcharge or something, but it changes the way all your weapons work.
Yeah.
And suddenly they do a massive amount of damage. My favorite is the axe, where when you activate it, it goes from an axe and starts spinning. So it kind of turns into a big blender that you go around just running into things. But I thought it was
they
really...
do have some good gibbing in that game.
Yeah.
Or jibbing, if you prefer.
No, I don't.
Gross.
Given the game's generally pretty hard, it's satisfying when you finally go into overkill mode and you just destroy everything. So I thought that was a nice addition. But it's good. It's a good throwback. I'd like to see pushed a little bit more.
Do you know when it's coming out?
I'm not sure when it's officially out. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I still had as much fun playing it as I did at PAX. Like, it's just fun to play.
Okay. I got Rive on the Switch.
How is that on the Switch?
Very similar to how it was on the PC and on the Wii U. I think they're the other two versions of it I own.
Hey.
It was 2 tribes last game, and it's good. Now the Switch, so other than it just being like the port's fine, and why wouldn't it be fine?
Yeah.
It's a solid 2D shmuppy sort of game. Oh, I mean, it's more side scroller than it's twin stick, and some of it's side scroller, some of it is shmuppy. But I think they realized as soon as they had the Switch that the game had a built-in 2-player mode, so they made it official. So think about, it's not quite bullet helly, but it still gets quite thing. So you're a little tank and you've got to jump around and fly around and all sorts of things, and you've also got to shoot accurately. Well,
one person controls.
now it's a 2-player game. So they've actually officially made it. So one person becomes the shooter and one person is focused on ship movement.
That's really cool.
I'm like, you know what?
That's genius.
That actually, other than probably help me get through some of the harder sections of the game easier, actually probably a pretty good multiplayer.
Yeah, man, that's a cheap win.
It's a very cheap win, isn't it? It's like, oh, this is kind of great.
Yeah, any kind of twin stick game, it's instantly co-op on the Switch.
Yeah, like, and I've never thought about playing a twin stick game like that before. It makes so much sense because positioning is so important, but then so is aim.
Yeah, and you have to communicate to say, hey, we need to go down here. Hey, can you shoot that? Like,
exactly. It's like, oh, okay. And then, you know, if you start taking that design into something else, like, well, we start having like dual abilities of things and everything. I mean, I guess we have played a game that was twin stick, The Incredible Journey of You and I, which is that very cutesy game being made in Sydney. I think they're based. Yeah, it's like, and one person shoots while the other person flies, and it switches the role constantly. It's like, it works.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Yeah. So we should play some of that later. Yeah. Get our Rive on. Yes. And if you don't know Rive, it's a relatively comedic, you're like a space wrecker.
Didn't they shut down the studio?
Yeah, it's 2 tribes. Yeah. So Tokitori and all that stuff. Yeah. So Rive was their last game. And they announced it was their last game before they closed.
Tokitori 2 is so good.
It's an amazing game.
It is really fucking good.
But I mean, the studio still exists, but they're skeleton staff of a couple of people who doing ports like this.
Is Tokitori 2 coming to Switch? It really should come to Switch.
I mean,
fit.
If they got the ability to port it, they should. But I mean, I don't think any of their games have really set the charts on fire, which is why they closed the studio.
It's such a shame. Like Tokitori 2 is one of those genuinely special games.
Unfortunately, it's got a cute chicken.
Yeah.
And so it does, like, people do not expect it to be the Dark Souls of puzzle games. They're like, hey, this is a stupid puzzle game for kids. It's like, no, this game is going to mess you up. So yeah, I think it was the guy that did Mutant Mudds. He was saying how the 3DS eStore was dead. This was 6 months ago or so. Yeah. Because his latest game, you know, it sold like 80 copies or something.
Yeah.
And it was like $20 and it was called like Chicken Jump. I'm like, because it looks like a bullshit mobile game. It's like, no one's buying. Like, I'm not even saying that it's slowing down on the 3DS, but this is not the metric. Yeah. Like, this is the kind of trash that I scroll through at the store.
You know, I reckon that the 3DS is going to have a pretty healthy life.
Oh, yes.
I think it's going to keep going. Like, I think the investment they've put into the 2DS XL is good. Like,
I am actually thinking about buying
getting that price down. I recken for like especially emerging markets.
Yes.
I reckon it's going to do real well.
Oh yeah, it'll do fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it'll keep making the money.
That's where it starts going down. Yeah, as you're saying, emerging markets, and and you get it cheaper. It becomes like a go-to console. It's like a Switch is very expensive. It's like, new 2DS, that's down. You start getting into South American markets and some Asian markets and stuff like that.
What's the 2DS XL? Is it 200?
2DS XL.
200 Australian?
170 something. I was looking at it the other day. I am thinking about getting one. It looks nice.
It's a pretty piece of kit. Like I think it's the best looking 3DS.
Exactly.
Or DS.
Well,
3DS, 2DS, whatever.
3DS. No,
it looks
I
nice.
do like the original.
You confuse it with like the good console.
The good one.
Yeah, the DS. The good one.
Yeah. You just turn off your network and then you get battery back and it becomes useful again.
Can't use a Rumble Pack. No. Metroid Pinball, much weaker on the 3DS. Get that Rumble Pack in there. It goes click, 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 click.
Get some WarioWare Twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was SP, wasn't it?
GBA SP. GBA, yes.
Oh, wait, no, it was DIY on...
Touched and do it yourself is on DS.
But WarioWare...
Twisted, which is potentially the best WarioWare.
Yeah, I would say,
My ex had that. I should track her down.
I would love to know where my copy was. I bet it's expensive.
She has 2 children in school since I saw her last. I'm just going to go just like, hello, do you still have Mario Twisted?
And it's a shame because you can't really pirate it. Like it's so...
Oh, it's impossible to pirate. The only thing you could do, I think you can flash...
So for people who don't know what WarioWare Twisted is, it's a cart with basically haptic feedback in it.
Yeah, it's got a gyroscope and a rumble.
Yeah, so you actually rotate your Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. The only other game that did it was Yoshi's Universal Gravitron. So I believe you can flash the Yoshi carts.
Oh, with WarioWare Twisted.
Yeah, because there's some other recent project where it was like an unreleased game or something, and they were hacking them into Universal Gravitron carts. So it can be done. But I'm not going to give up on Universal Gravitron. That's the second best motion controlled GBA game I ever played.
It's the second one, right?
Yeah,
there's only 2, right?
Yeah.
I actually don't think I ever played it.
Oh, it's a platformer, but you rotate the world.
Oh.
So it's as awkward as it sounds.
Okay.
So I'll just walk across here, and back we go. I'll get on the ball. I'll roll the ball down the hill. Yeah, I mean, like it was fine.
Yeah,
it wasn't exactly.
It wasn't WarioWare Twisted.
No, WarioWare Twisted was genuine genius.
Yeah.
Universal Gravitron was like, we've got this gyroscope tech. I guess we can make another game.
Got these empty carts we got to get rid of.
It's like when they had Rob the Robot, and they're like, well, we made one game, I guess.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
We'll make 3 terrible games. That will be good. Okay, so what else? Mario, we were saying going along. I think so Mario, you need to play with Amiibo, basically, when you get to the end game.
Oh, is it? I love that you just said end game. End game.
Yeah,
it's
got
so
the
proud
end game.
Of you.
When you're trying to track down, you get any Bowser Amiibo will show you where any as of yet unfound purple coins are.
I love my winning Bowser.
Are you saying that it's pay to win?
Yes, very much so. Actually, on the whole, other than the Bowser helping get purple coins, because I don't know if there's another one, helping find other Amiibo, you can actually just use in-game currency to do. But you can also just tap a couple of Amiibo at a time, and then they take 5 minutes, and they say, "Hey, there's one over here." Which, when you're trying to get those last couple, is a real benefit.
Peach one is nice and cheaty.
Yes, Peach gives you 6 hearts of health. You can just tap her anytime.
Oh, that's nice.
Including in the middle of a boss battle if you so desired. Go, bloop, health for me.
Yeah.
And I think if you tap Mario, you get like invincibility or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 10-second invincibility.
Well, all this conversation about pay to win, no one talks about Mario. It's untouchable.
Oh no! And
you got to pay $25 or whatever. How much is $21 for that feature?
See, I didn't pay anywhere near like that for most of my Amiibo.
Oh, most of them, but the latest ones are all around 20, 21. I've noticed.
So they're like reverse loot boxes. So you
actually get something.
You buy an Amiibo loot box. Mm-hmm. So other than that, we get a physical thing, which is primarily why I buy so much shit. If you're watching the thing, is like I have quite a few. So I like the models. But let's negate that. Let's talk about the bullshit DLC.
Yeah.
So you're buying a quantifiable thing in a game, but it continues to give you new things in other products that haven't even come out.
That's true. It gives you loot boxes in other games.
Yes, it continues. It's a loot box that keeps on being a loot box. You think, I've got everything I can out of this loot box, and then it's like the Mary Poppins of loot box. It's like another piece of bullshit. A hard mode for Metroid. This is kind of bullshit, but I have it.
And they're pretty.
Yeah.
The build quality on Amiibos is...
Oh, it's gone up.
It's crazy good.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just gonna take these 2.
That's okay. $50, please.
Oh, well.
I mean, that's more than I paid for them.
Yeah.
That's the way I fly.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I do want these 2. I'm gonna buy them.
Yes, I mean they are available in store.
Yeah, but then again, I want Rivali and Goron, dude.
Then that's 4 things.
Like $100 for all of them.
Just
and they're only going to be probably used in one game.
Have you ever stolen anything, Amy? Admit it here on this public broadcast.
Other than probably sweets. That's yeah.
I don't know if I've done much stealing.
Like, this was when I was younger, then I didn't really care.
when I left...
Like baby, almost, not baby, but...
On my last day of high school, I went and found the school rules, laminated school rules, and I stole them.
I actually remember that.
Yeah.
I remember your laminated school rules.
One of the rules is to report theft.
I stole all the pens off my desk at my previous job.
Of your own desk.
Of your own desk.
Like these are ones that they gave me. So
This is you're having trouble understanding the concept of stealing.
Let me just steal this mobile phone.
yeah.
I don't have anything else with that. Okay.
I don't really.
So yeah,
Mario's still good.
Mario's
I'm
still good.
It's
I'm
funny,
probably
like,
about halfway through. Like I do think I will finish Mario, but I will not get 666 moons.
I mean, it's just like it's one of those things. I once I sort of got the game to the end point, I just started going through the worlds again, and I'll just work on this world for a while, and then I'll move on to the next world, and so forth. And it's nice. It's like low pressure. The only thing, like, it's a little bit less creative once you start seeing the same patterns on. Like, basically, there's say 40 moons which are the same on every world. It's like there'll be a bird flying through the air you got to get, and stuff like that. Yeah. It's like, you got to do the race. You got to do the race twice, and it's like, okay. I actually quite like the Koopa races. At first, I thought they might be bullshit.
Are there any more walk in a circle on the ground?
A lot of worlds have them. They changed them up a little bit, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I got, I think, 99% on one.
Oh, wow.
I think I screenshotted it because I was like, no fucking way. No, that one was a triangle, though. And I literally, as I'm walking, I'm like holding my hand on where the other point will be. So I go, okay, gotta go there. Okay. Now stop and turn and walk towards where my finger was. And then like the last one, well, that's easy.
Well, yeah, it's a triangle.
So you started. Yay, triangle. I mean, I can't do a circle. I mean, geez, that shape's impossible. Whoever can do a circle, not me. Here, I'll draw a circle now.
Paul,
shit!
Not only is it not a circle, and not only is it a triangle, you also tore the paper.
Everything's gone wrong. See, this is why you can't trust me with circle drawing. Man, some of those circles, like you just got to get like 80% or something. Yeah. Fuck, it took me forever.
Really?
I'm so bad at doing the circle.
I've done one, and I found it's more about getting the right pressure on the stick to be consistent.
See, what the way I do it, and my style is basically to start the walk and just holding a direction, and then I just move the camera. So
it's just about the camera.
Every Tuesday, like a little bit, and just try to get that rhythm, that rhythm and timing going there. It's like I gotta get it in, and then I take some cool Mario photos.
Yeah,
I do like my photo styles.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was you telling me or someone else that when you go into photo mode, it swaps out the models. Like it puts the world into like a high detail mode, like the draw distance changes and all that kind of stuff when you go into.
That's great.
I haven't tested that myself, but that's what I was told, and I want to steal that for any kind of photo mode I put into a game because that is clever.
Yeah,
there's just 666
in my
with your Waluigi hat.
Yeah, that's the way
just
we do
turn that upside down.
Yep, boy.
You take a lot of photos.
I do. I like to be cool.
Look at that clipping, right there. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck this game.
Yeah,
0 out of 10. Kids bullshit.
It's a game for babies.
I want that peach swimsuit.
Well, you do that. There's just spoilers in there.
Yeah, what are you doing, buddy? You're ruining for all the people.
That's right. No one watches the video anyway.
No, that's true.
It's fine. I'll spoil it for you guys because fuck you guys.
You jerk.
Okay. So what else do we have? I briefly played a little game which I thought was fun. I picked up for like 50 cents or something.
Oh yes.
It's a city builder called Balancity.
Balancity?
Yeah. And all it is so you it's played on 2D plane and you drop. Okay, I'll drop residential buildings. You've got to put power to them. Got to build businesses for them to work in. Got a train station, airport. You got all. So you just basically got to keep growing the city more and more. And it's on a plate which is balanced in the center.
Oh, so you need to kind of.
So it's a physics based. So you really got to build the city up.
Yeah.
And the more stuff you put on, it's like, oh shit, I got to put the airport down. It's like, I hope the park on the other side is good enough to balance. Oh no, quickly, drop some residential, go. It's real simple, real small. It was cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll spend 50 cents on this. I think it was in some Black Friday sale sort of thing. I've got a few games lined up in there at the moment. Like, ooh.
What's a little thing
of games
that Paul and 4 other people will play?
I love those things.
You get to feel so good about yourself.
Oh, what was one today? They've all got such memorable names. Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll be back next week with some
more
Black
50
Friday
cent,
bullshit.
yeah.
That's what I do. I go to like Bundle Stars, which has changed its name to the stupid
what is it now?
Fanatical or something.
Fanatical.
Stupid fucking.
I know
name.
Bundle Stars was pretty easy to remember.
But the thing is, it was, I suppose, because they started as bundles and now they're a store, so they don't want to be like, okay, but Fanatical's such a nothing name, whatever. So like that, and your Green Man Gaming, and like every little store I know, I just like sort by price. Okay. Here's everything in this. It's like, okay, so what looks weird? Just making big lists of like, okay, is this weird and good or weird and terrible? Because most things are weird and terrible, but every once in a while you get some gold.
So in researching a new video game idea, I went and got Star Fox.
Oh yes,
Star Fox Zero. Because I
just borrowed it off me, but oh well.
Yeah, well, money.
Do you get the Slippy's fucking defense with that?
It was. I don't think there was a code in there, though I didn't really look.
I don't really remember how it's packaged with the physical.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really, because I saw it as an option to go get, but I didn't really care because it wasn't while I was there.
Oh, but you should.
So because I've really should I?
Oh, I liked it.
Okay.
But you could just play mine if you don't have it. I think it's part of the package because I think I bought it as a separate game before I got. I think that's how it worked. I think they released it as a standalone thing. I was like, I don't care about Star Fox. I'm going to get this. Yeah. And then I ended up buying Star Fox anyway because I'm a sucker.
So
that was $5.
I've well, I got it for like 19 or something. It was,
that's also acceptable.
Yeah, I wasn't going to pay a lot of money for it. So I have no real nostalgia for Star Fox. I played through Star Fox 64 on my 3DS.
Have you played Star Fox 1 or 2 on the SNES Mini?
No, I haven't. Maybe I should, but it's not really.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know. You know what? Yes, play the first level.
I don't expect it to hold up that well.
No. I admit, I'm going to say ahead of the curve. I didn't like it that much when I first played it.
Well, I think when Star Fox, the original ones were out, I'd look at them and then I'd look at the 3D games that being offered on PC at the same time, and they were signitightly better.
Stunts kicked its ass.
Well, even like Red Baron and things like that. Like they were just much more fleshed out experiences than what Star Fox was.
Well, they had better frame rates. They were actually in 3D. Yeah, Star Fox. Yeah. I mean, Star Fox is an amazing achievement for the hardware. That does not mean it's an amazing game. It's just like, oh wow, I can't believe you're doing this on this hardware that's totally incapable of doing it. It's like, well, it's half-assed.
Yeah.
It's like Stunt Race FX. I loved that game when it came out. It does not hold up.
Yeah. Actually, I even find Mario Kart, like, on the SNES, anything kind of Mode 7, I find doesn't really hold
Mode
up so
7's
well.
very different. What about travel modes and, like, Chrono Trigger and stuff?
Oh, well, they're fine. For a map, sure.
Ooh, I got fired out of a cannon. Look at me zoom across the country. Woo! Classic. I'm in an airship now. Woo! I don't know what
where you're going with this.
I'm trying to think of other Mode 7 implementations.
I think that was it. I don't know. I think it was really mainly RPG maps. So the main one I remember, Mode 7.
What is Mode 7?
It's that weird mode in the SNES where like it's like you're moving along a plane. Yeah,
it's
like a flat plane. It's like they're faux 3D.
They project a flat image down onto an angle.
Mario Kart on SNES. Did you play that?
I have played it.
Yeah,
yes.
that's Mode 7.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So the way the world is around it,
yeah.
Okay.
It's anyway.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah,
Star Fox
Zero.
Star Fox.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did actually. So
Platinum made it.
Yeah. So okay, I have no nostalgia. Let's get real for a second. I have no nostalgia for Star Fox. Because I didn't play the SNES one, didn't play the N64 one. I just played them recently. I thought Star Fox 64 was okay. This one, I heard
Star Fox DS.
I haven't played Star Fox DS.
You can borrow it from me.
Okay, I don't really care. But thanks for the offer. This one, I know had very bad reputation. It got panned from a lot of people.
I still want to play it though.
Yeah, I don't know. Its reputation as being panned is bigger than the way it was panned. It just wasn't great.
Yeah. So I went in with real low expectations about what it was. And I did the tutorial, and I did not like the controls at all. I'm trying to, because you're aiming the reticle with the motion, and you're having to swap between looking at the screen and then looking down, and it gets confusing on which
Just
one that should be.
One eye at each one. I mean, it's easy.
And I did the tutorial. I'm like, this is really kind of garbage. Like, I can understand this control system is a bit shitty. Well, it's actually pretty shitty. And it's just awkward to play. It's like split screen doesn't really work that well.
Yeah.
As a fit, I just actually don't think it works that well having to move. Anyway.
Yeah, almost like when split screen works, it's because the second screen is auxiliary information.
Yeah, and then it's fine.
You can't have two active screens at once.
But then I played the first level, and I found that I started to get the hang of the tilting. And I was like, all right, I'm starting to get the controls a bit better. I'm moving around, and I am actually going, okay, for this mode, I know that like I want to aim at things. Like in the first level, there's like you have to shoot spiders, and they've got like red dots on them. And it's like use precision modes. Like, okay, all right, well I can ignore what's going on here, and I can look at my little screen. And I found by the end of that, and I was starting to get it. I'm like, it's okay. Like
I think it's a totally good game.
Yeah, I can. The first impression was fucking terrible. Like it does not open well, but I thought it looks nice. It looks okay. I heard some people didn't like the way it looked. I think it's okay.
I think as far as the style that it's trying to be reminiscent of, they did a pretty good job of a style which really isn't updated easily because it was a style that only existed because of technology.
Yeah, I might go play more of it. I don't know.
No, you won't.
I thought it was okay. It was better than I thought. And I even went into the walker mode and thought it was fun.
The chicken walker?
Because it turned into Super Metroid, Metroid Prime when you got to the boss battle. Yeah. Because you're locking on, and I'm like rotating around, and I'm aiming with my motion. I'm like, yeah, it's cool.
Oh, man.
It's fine.
We'll probably see some of Metroid Prime next year.
Oh,
I don't think it'll come out next year, but we'll see some.
I'm looking forward to that video game.
A Metroid game on the toilet. We're living in a post-toilet world.
It'll be interesting to see if they take it anywhere different. But I'm expecting it to be more Prime.
Yeah, well, it's Prime. It was
because it was Prime.
It was Prime 4. Yeah. So yeah, I expect it will be in view. But yeah, I hope they do something.
Yeah,
with
I'd like them to push it a bit more because I think, like, even though I think Prime 1, 2, and 3 are real good, by the third one, I felt like the formula was getting a bit old.
Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, if we look at the current design philosophies of Nintendo and we look at where Mario and Zelda went.
Well, that's what I want. I want them to
to open it up.
Yeah, I mean, don't just go, we want a Metroidvania and we're going to make it 3D. How do you push Metroidvanias further?
Yeah,
that's what I'd like to see. I like what they did with Zelda and
what they did with Mario.
Fight? A bit more fight. Did you play any more Fight?
Fuck no.
Did you play more Fight? Got your key and everything.
Yeah, I just haven't yet. I haven't actually touched my Switch since Melbourne.
But it just fits in your pocket.
No, it doesn't.
You need bigger pockets.
It's not in these lady pockets.
It fits in men's pockets because men have sensible clothing.
Yes. One of my sets of work pants doesn't have pockets.
Does it really
annoys me.
Does it really shoot you when you have fake pockets? Where it's like...
I had a pair of jeans.
What a tease.
I got rid of them as soon as I could, when I could just get another set of jeans that had pockets.
Good call.
They were comfortable. They just did not have pockets.
They were important things. I got things in my pockets right now. Yeah, keys.
I stick my phone in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. Playing a bit more Fight there, buddy.
I guess I'm going to a star or something. I don't know. Let's go there. We're going. We're doing it. I like to vibrate a lot in this game.
Making the thing vibrate.
Yeah.
Look at it go. It's a pretty game.
Yeah. See, this is what we need. We need just me playing the games we're talking about while we discuss them. And that will get us 3 more hits on YouTube.
Whoa, 3. Slow down there, buddy.
Be amazing. Okay, so anything we haven't discussed? Well, we haven't talked about just type stuff.
Oh.
Or AKA Constellation.
Or AKA James hits the random button and...
Is there a random button?
Oh, didn't you find that?
No.
It's in the top right. You just click it.
Oh.
And because it's a whole... Okay, so all right. So
Terry, it's a...
I don't know
Caravar?
the name. But it's a game which gives you...
He's the guy that made VVVVV.
Oh, I didn't know the same guy. So it gives you a carrot, like the cursor carrot, and you type, and you hit enter, and if it recognizes the word, it makes a bong sound, and if it doesn't, it makes a different bong sound.
I just fill the universe with dogs and cats and
Did you know
turtles and cows.
you can type like Warhol, like an Andy Warhol, and it like puts it in split screen?
Oh.
And you can do fill. This is what the random button does. I found.
I know. Like I've got neon. That one works.
There's like glow. Like there's a whole bunch of things you can do. So what it'll do, it'll basically sometimes it'll just do. In fact, I think it's like a Google image search, and just find like a background to change.
I think they're just a few set ones.
Oh, there may be. Yeah. And there's a bunch of models which will spawn in randomly. It's almost like a screensaver.
Yeah.
Like there's not much to it really. But it's just like you just type in random words and it will add models, put in particle effects. Like you type love, I think it makes a bunch of love hearts or something like that.
You can type win and you win the game.
What does it do?
It just says you win. Then you type lose.
Aww.
Oh no, apparently it's an enemy. It was hard to see because it was behind Amy's head.
Amy said, quick, just do it in the... Use the film recording video.
This is... Man, a game with bad shooting and I'm trying to do it reverse in a monitor with delay.
Good luck with that.
This is the best.
This is a new segment with Paul plays with latency and reverse controls. You shoot that thing, buddy.
I shot it.
Good
I
job.
can't tell the right direction because it goes the wrong way. There we go. Beautiful.
You're doing well.
This is the... Anyway. More Fight. Get it on the Nintendo Switch. It's also on PC.
And mobile.
And that's right, mobile.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we discovered. It's like maybe that explains a lot about this game.
Yeah. It's sort of designed for a few platforms.
That's a platform. I'm jumping on it.
It is.
I fell down. Chester Ray Arthur fall down.
Dead. Can you die in that game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's health. Okay, so looking through our line. Oh yeah, so just types it. It's a thing. It's a website. You can go to it.
Yeah, there's not really
Terry
too
made
much
it. It was a thing he made. If it wasn't made by Terry, we probably wouldn't even know it
just
exists.
hit the random button a bunch. I thought it looked cool.
I make lots of cows
Yeah.
and dogs. I need varieties of dogs. If it was just like dogs in space and it was all lots of different varieties of dogs, I could live with that.
I think that what it's missing is actually some like game under the hood, a bit like Pony Island.
Oh, a secret game.
Yeah, it needs a secret game.
Maybe there is. Maybe
Never
you're not
finished
looking hard
Pony
enough.
Island.
I
finished
recommend
it, but I didn't finish all the tickets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I got 100%. I got to like a good ending. I'm like, this seems good, and I stopped.
I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah. Well, I mean,
simple.
it's short and straightforward and lots of funky things in it. That was 2 years ago now, I think.
Yeah, wow.
His new game, I saw something about the other day because it's called like the 5 or the 6 or something, and it's playing different characters, but each character is a different game genre.
Okay.
So it's like literally like one's a first-person shooter and one's an adventure game and one's like, it's
interesting. Very high concept.
Very very high concept.
Yeah.
I should go and check the actual name of it. I think the name of it is the number of characters. So choose any number between 4 and 9, and it'll be a game called. It's probably one of those because I don't think you could be more ambitious than that. Maybe
It's a bit like Evoland.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I like the idea of genre mash it ups and everything. It's like approaching the same situation but from different genres.
The genius of like the easy way to do it is you go to the Unity asset store, you look for platformer toolkit, you look for first person shooter toolkit, and you look for JRPG toolkit, and you just get all the examples and you mush them together. And there's your game.
Here's what you do: go text adventure,
Yep.
sliding tile puzzle, Bejeweled.
Actual Bejeweled.
Yeah, just
rip
put
it off.
Bejeweled in it. Notepad.
Yeah.
That's no genre.
But it is now. Man,
I thought Text Adventure would come on the notepad.
That reminds me. One of the games that I haven't got yet that's on my like Black Friday list. Oh, it was called Ghost something, but it's Peggle.
Yeah.
But it's physics Peggle.
I
so
like Peggle.
all the things that you're hitting in the thing are like literally suspended physics objects, and you can break the ties. I'm like, Peggle next level. Ooh, you were worth the 70 cents you're asking. So I don't know if I bought that yet, but it's on it's in my bag. It's Ghost something. Again, a fantastic name remembering by Paul, but I'll talk about it next week. A stupid Peggle thing that might actually be really good. Maybe, who knows? I love Peggle. Did you hear the Plants vs Zombies creator?
Yeah,
he
didn't want to make it premium, didn't he?
Yeah, basically because of disagreeing with the microtransactions, he got let go from EA.
Really?
That was why he left. Yeah, it's like, EA sure ain't doing good in the public relations these days. Not that the EA gives a fuck.
No, with their piles of money.
They it was interesting going. There was I don't think we talked about on the show. They did. There was a really good article about what was going on with Visceral before they shut down, and it's so weird that EA put out that statement saying that we want to pivot, and it was just like a cinematic single player game, and that's not where the industry is. The project had a lot of problems. A lot of them seem to be EA's fault.
Yeah.
But also, Visceral isn't a studio that EA bought up and ruined. Visceral's an EA studio; they made it.
Oh, okay.
So I was okay. So they went. It was things like the scope was far bigger than the team, but they were actually losing people from the team because they were taking they had I can't remember the developer that was helping them with it got taken off to go work on the single player for Battlefront 2 and stuff like that. So basically, it's a small team trying to make a huge game. And missing deadlines and things not working.
Yeah. Like, okay. EA is a big company. I was watching a really fascinating GDC talk the other day from Criterion. And it was about the work culture at Criterion. And this talk was after Criterion. Everyone thought they were dead. Like it was Criterion was making Burnout and things like that. Apparently, terrible company culture.
Yeah.
At least from this guy was saying, they after there was a massive restructuring after they basically had their collapse. They started they were given the freedom from EA, the EA executives, to have a vastly different company culture. Yeah. And they started doing things just a big cognitive shift on how to tackle management and people and things like that. Or really, it's good talk. It's worth listening to some of the things they do. But they went on to then. Criterion now helps out other EA projects. They did the Ghost Bike stuff in... not Ghost Bike. The
Speeder Bike.
Speeder Bike stuff in Ghost Bike. Speeder Bike stuff in Battlefront 1. The one I thought the more topical one is they were involved in Need for Speed Rivals. Yeah. And they did the Pursuit stuff, which in Need for Speed Rivals was the multiplayer cops versus... street races mode, which was really fun. I loved it. It was basically two different modes where if you're a cop, you have to get down other real players who've been doing really well. So you get these big bounties and you got to get back to your garage, but another player's trying to take you down. It was really cool. Really liked it. And then there was a new Need for Speed recently by Ghost. Box? Ghost? Box? I can't remember if it's got box at the end. Without Criterion involved and didn't do so well. So it seems like Criterion's sort of there in the background, just doing kind of cool shit with other games that are going through EA. So it's not all EA news is they gave them the freedom to have a different company culture. And
most of it's shit.
But most of it's shit, yeah.
EA has, every once in a while, EA is real good. Yeah. Once in a while.
This is pretty.
Yeah, there's lots of pretty things on the Switch that no one talks about.
And Paul's just going to play them.
I just play them in the background while other people are talking.
Yeah.
That's what I go on. And actually, I don't think we've talked about this on the show.
This is the Heroes one?
No, it's a beat 'em up called Wolverblade.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's sort of Scottish folk beating each other to death with axes and shit. It's very hard. Well, it wasn't hard until the bosses, and then
it got hard.
And then they're grindy hard. So I wasn't a big fan.
So got damage spongy.
Yeah, I might just have to get good, but I didn't have time to get good, and I was like, it's pretty though. Yeah, real nice comic art.
Yeah, the loading screen's been going for a while.
That's just the thing
we might be
Switch,
finished by the time it actually loads up. Yeah. That's not a Switch thing. It's just a programming thing.
I just noticed with Stardew on saving, it takes about a minute.
Just per game thing. It's
there's no reason about hardware. There's no reason why that thing should have particularly long load times.
No, it's just how you've designed it. I mean, Stardew probably has longer load times just because it's a port. And they haven't necessarily reworked anything for it.
I'd say to be optimized for PC, which is going to have some better load times. And
I probably should just let the cutscene play.
Probably,
it's better for people to look at than me, a game that I cannot actually see what I'm doing.
Because Amy's in the way. Yeah, I really like this idea.
It's my fault tonight, isn't it?
I love the concept here.
Because you have a head.
It's we can have footage and the video, so the people that are watching the video can look at a thing. I like that.
Oh, I was like, I'm going to attack those people, but I couldn't see that they were villagers, and I couldn't attack them.
I like that guy's mustache. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
He's going, getting chickens.
Did I get the chicken? I had no
I
idea
don't
if I
know.
got chicken or not. There we go. Yeah, smash some people. I'm just going to button mash because I can't see anything. Goodness. Okay, so...
Behind you.
Behind me. That brings us to the end of today's episode, unless anyone had any other pressing business they want to cover.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, thank you for watching and listening to 8.5bit. You can catch our website, 8.5bit.com, our Twitter and Facebook. Please like and share anything like that. Subscribe to us on iTunes, and if you do, please leave a review because reviews help us share the love.
Dun, dun, dun.
I really probably need to update it. Probably all the... I don't even know the words I say there anymore.
You get
There's
them
an old
all
thing I
out.
used to say. Yeah, I make sure I just try to get them out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
They're kind of meaningless. Go to YouTube, watch our faces if you want. I mean, I don't use iTunes.
What
I use Beyond Pod.
What I reckon they do is you listen to it, like go listen to like 5 episodes, get a mental image of what you think we all look like, and then go watch the video.
Oh, that's what I always
and then to let us know
every time
what
I see
thought we looked like.
Every time I see people that I know just from podcasts, I'm like, you're wrong. Your face is incorrect.
The human brain is a crazy thing. It will just make it up. It can't have a personality without a face.
I'm fat. I've got squinty eyes and a beard.
I'm short and got a beard.
I'm
What's
Amy.
your beard like, Amy?
Amy's got a beard.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Where?
Your face.
Oh,
Lucky
that
duck.
appeared overnight.
Lucky duck.
Yeah. Good. Fun. Like a pet.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all later.
See you, everyone.
Bye. We didn't say our friends.
What friends?
Friends. I've been Paul. This is James, and this is Amy.
You're right. We
at
didn't.
the end.
I know. But you just did for us.
Only if I leave it in. Nah, fuck that. You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss.